Wendy Williams.
Ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Gangsters of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience. Okay, we've got a lot of ground to cover today. Of course, we'll be talking about the MTV Music Diddy Awards. The good, the bad, and your opinion on whatnot. Also, we have no guests today, which is great because the path is clear for us just to chat all day, and the phones are open, of course. Other celebrities that we'll be talking about besides Puffy, Oprah, and Frank and Kathy Lee, Superhead, Quincy Jones, and who shot Suge Knight? All right, everybody, it is what it is. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Mr. Engineer, please, some music. Would you give us a record, por favor?
Today's R&B and classic soul. 107.5 WBLS.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Oh, shoot. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad to be here. Let's get to the phones and see what's going on. We've got, our usual 4 or 5 hours together. I love it. Hello.
Hello, Wendy. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. You seen the awards, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I really have to give it to little Kim. She looks 3 times better.
She did look
the
good.
swelling has gone down.
You know what? She looks like she gained a few pounds, or else it was just the cut of the dress and the way it looked. But I got to say, she looked terrific.
And she had on clothes.
And I loved her hair color marcations, the color of her dress, and I loved her makeup.
Everything was flawless. I give it to her.
She looked great.
I give it to her. And what is the deal with Diddy? Who were these 3 kids? Which one was Justin?
Those are his kids. The big question is, why can't Albie Shore take care of his own damn son?
I said that.
Yeah.
But I said I was going to leave it to you to see if I was right, if I was wrong. Was that Albie Shore's son?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, overall, it was a great show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the tribute to Biggie, though.
Yeah, me too.
But I didn't appreciate his son not being there.
Yeah, but his son is only a little kid.
You think, no, isn't he a big boy now, like 8 or 9?
That's too young to be up there with all that action.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if I were his mom, I wouldn't want him all exposed like that, face out, live TV.
How do you rate the show, though?
5. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give, Puffy as a host a 5. And
No
I haven't
more.
really thought about the show overall.
No more. I had enough of him and his 8 names.
Yeah.
Okay, Win.
All right.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good
calling.
day.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello, hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Miss Honey.
Hey, honey.
Hey, girl. I would talk about the VMA, but I was sound asleep because I just got back from London.
How'd you have a good time?
Yeah, but girl, you were right about how the celebrities act over there like, the news don't come back here.
Yes.
Because, Miss Mariah was on some show called Top of the Pop.
Okay.
Something like that. And she was talking about how she is size 8.
Well,
child, please.
No.
She is 5'9". I know that, but she ain't no size 8.
No, I would say she's a size 8 with the Lycra that they put in clothes right now. She might be a size 8 and then you stretch it up. And I don't mean that funny, but I've got some 8s in my closet, and she's smaller than me, so no, she's.
Wendy, you look like a size 8 now. Now that you've been losing all that weight.
And Mariah is smaller than me, so she might even be a size 6.
Child, you being too nice. But anyway, when I was in London, can I give a shout out to Ciara?
Go ahead.
Because I saw Ciara on TRL Europe.
Okay.
And I was so impressed with her because you know why? Because she didn't act Nickelodeon up in there.
Well,
She talked nice. She talked about going to Tower of London and stuff like that.
You know what? Ciara has really developed into, in my opinion, a nice young lady. I was very happy to see her last night win on the award show.
Yeah.
You know, I think her time came really fast, but it might as well, if it's going to come fast to somebody, you know, who hasn't put down a whole lot of work in the business, it might as well come to somebody who, you know, has a decent personality here. I like her. I like her.
Yeah, because Miss Wendy, somebody been schooling her about how to talk when she on them shows.
Now, well, excuse me, she's with Missy Elliott and she's with Violator Management, and you know they do know a little bit about grooming their girls.
Because it's one thing to talk with Free and AJ,
yeah,
but when she go over to Europe and be on those shows, because I was watching on TRL Europe and I was like, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for calling,
Miss Honey.
Bye. Hello, hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, what's up, Wendy?
How are you?
I'm chilling. It's me, Jamal.
Hey, Jamal.
Wendy, I have 3 things I want to say about the MTV Awards.
Okay, you better work.
What you said?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. There's 3 things that I want to talk about as far as the MTV Awards.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing is, like, your girl, the baby mama of the millennium.
Oh, yeah, Kim Porter.
She's working it, though, because she was doing, like, a pre-show thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't see the red carpet.
Yeah, she looked really good, though. She looked really good, so she did a pre-show thing, you know, so she's working that, you know, into maybe her own little career, you know what I mean? So she hung in there with Puffy for a reason.
Okay.
The second thing is, I don't think Puffy did that great of a job as a host. You know, and to me, like, I'm as much as a Biggie fan as the next person, but I really didn't like that whole Biggie thing with the, you know, with the instruments and all that other stuff. I think more than anything else, Puffy is using this to his own benefit. You know, the more that people feed into the whole Biggie thing, the more money he makes.
Well, sure, and the more Miss Wallace shows up to co-sign, the more people believe, you know, that his heart is all in.
Exactly.
Which you know, I'm not going to discount Puffy. And by the way, I happen to have thought that the Biggie tribute was one of the 3 best things about that show.
Really?
Yeah, the other 2 I'm going to say in a second.
Okay, and the last thing was, did you see how Paulina Rubio took her arm away from Little John?
Little John, like, splaboo, please.
Wasn't that funny? But you know what, though? This is my little political commentary real quick, Wendy. That goes to show you, like, in the Latino community, they really don't get down with black folks like that. So no matter how much money you make, you're still like an N-word to them. No matter what. So she so nicely, like, removed her arm away from him, and it was just so funny, so subtle, but she removed herself away from him.
Well, I think it's we as black people that tend to think that, you know, if you're not white, then you're just like us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is not so. Everybody's got their cultures.
Right.
You know, and but we so badly want to be anything but black.
Right.
That
Right, and that's another thing too. When it seems like every other race wants to be us but us. You know what I mean? You see the Asians, how they gravitate to
By
it.
the
I
way,
see Asian people with an afro.
Weigh in on Puffy's new Negro T-shirt, if you will.
Oh, I didn't like it at all. I don't think we as African Americans have reached that height, you know, whatever, you know, of acceptance of ourselves first and foremost, and from other cultures to even wear a shirt that says New Negro.
Yeah.
Being plastered. I mean, MTV Awards were shown all across the world.
Yes.
New Negro? Come on, Puffy.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Thanks for calling.
Take care, Wendy.
Let me see. Okay, so the Biggie tribute for me was great. I liked Kanye West and Jamie Foxx do their thing. I thought that was nice. And I, you know, even though Kanye definitely needs an attitude check. Did you see in the beginning when, you know, he got on stage, he talked about paying for his own video and, you know, said, you know, no disrespect, Jay, or whatever. I don't know. You know, but I like Kanye and, you know, and I like what he does. And I thought that was great. And my other favorite performance was Mariah Carey. I love you, Bishop Don Magic Wand, friend of the show, but why? And how you doing? Luke, I love you, but why were you there on stage? By the way, Shaq, could you use any more material to make those big suits of yours? Eva Longoria, what? And why was Usher looking like... You know what? They knew that Usher wasn't going to go on stage and join Puffy and Omarion during that Dancing for Chicken Georgia. Who thought that was unnecessary besides me? Like all the dancing that was going on. And then the little groupie girl in the front that was clearly a plan. You know, Puffy, dance. No, I'm not going to dance. Okay, fine, I'll dance. And they put the camera on Usher, and I thought Usher was going to go on stage, but because he didn't, Usher didn't hit the stage all night, by the way. I missed that. Look, I know he's an arrogant cuss also, but you know what? The man has sold almost 10 million copies of one CD. You mean to tell me that Kelly Clarkson is going to get more stage time than Usher? By the way, didn't she lose a lot of weight? And Hillary Duff, she's like skin and bones. I miss Beyonce going on the stage. Jay-Z got shout-outs. I guess that's, that probably suited him better than actually going on stage because people were acknowledging him as President Carter, Could Tony Yayo look any more dusty and indigent? And second place, Fat Joe. Third place, Jessica Simpson. What the hell were those outfits? I thought Fat Joe lost weight.
He did at one point.
At one point. I don't know what happened. And, I'm still trying to figure out, we're going to get a little footage from MTV, not that I'll be able to play it on the radio, but I want to hear what G Unit said on stage, after Fat Joe's comments earlier at night pertaining to the security being provided by G Unit. I just thought all that stuff was uncalled for, especially because were you like me? You're watching this whole show with kind of like the screw face because Suge was shot, and that the aftermath is going to be something awful. And I know Suge, to a lot of people, you say, well, what does Suge matter? Plenty of rappers have come up now and they have money and they have their cliques and stuff like that. But what you have to remember about Suge still's got lots of money, honey. And Suge is one of those people, if you got him and you didn't, put him down, then be prepared. You understand what I'm saying?
He's still holding.
Like I was talking to a friend of mine, and the person was saying, well, Suge is not relevant anymore. People don't care about Suge. I was like, you know what? Suge still got a crap load of money, you know what I'm saying, to get the job done. And long after this Video Music Award is over, people are going to be transferring their kids from schools and moving.
It's Wendy, man.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 4 months now, and first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's...
How you doing? The Wendy Williams Experience.
Today's R&B, classic soul, and the Wendy Williams Experience right here at 107.5 WBLS. Hey, listen, we've got something for the ladies, for the sisters. We're doing our Circle of Sisters seminars. You can buy your tickets for Circle of Sisters right now and get your second one free. It's for a limited time, though, that offer is. And tickets are on sale now. You can go through Ticketmasters. Circle of Sisters is happening October 1st and 2nd at the Jacob Javits Center, featuring shopping, hair and beauty, fitness and nutrition, live performances, seminars, fashion shows, and much, much more. There's going to be a book party with Elin Harris, Donna Mitchell-Hicks, as well as Superhead. And by the way, we're going to talk about her a little bit later on in the show. And Marianne Reed. Plus, there's going to be advice on how to learn to start your business or change your career. And the person who's going to be helping you out with that is the founder and president of Warm Spirits, Nadine Thompson. And there's going to be, a little talk about your love life, the art of relationships, making it work. Guess who's going to be doing that? Judge Maybelline Ephraim, Judge Jeff Gardier, and Harriet Cole. So, see, we're putting this Circle of Sisters together for you, and it's going to be really spectacular. Once again, October 1st and 2nd at the Jacob Javits Center. You can go to our website to find out more information, or just purchase your tickets now while the sale is on. Buy one, get one free. And, of course, our website is WBLS.com, so a whole lot of fun going on there with Circle of Sisters. Hey, who wants to go on Saturday, September 24th to the New York Urban League's 35th Annual Football Classic at Giant Stadium? It's Hampton versus Morgan State. The spectacular halftime show with the bands, including the Brooklyn Steppers Marching Band. Yeah, this is fun, too. Every year this happens. Caller number 10 right now wins those passes. Dial carefully and good luck. I had fun this morning on Good Day, New York. Yep, the Fox 5 Morning News. I had a whole lot of fun. Shout out to Penny and Stacy. And shout out to Jody Applegate. Jody, thanks for letting me fill in. Shout out to Chris Galis. And shout out to, of course, Mike Woods and everybody behind the scenes as well. Well, thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be back on Wednesday. And Pam, thank you for turning us on today. Pam says, who shot Suge is like who shot JR. And what is up with R. Kelly? I got to tell you something. You know what I did when R. Kelly was on? I went and took a shower. I didn't even care. I didn't even care. Renee says, Wendy, you were great on the news this morning, although sometimes you look a little spaced out when you were looking directly in the camera. Be more attentive with your facial expressions. Overall, you were great. Excuse me, Pam. The hurricane is going on. And when we were talking about that, I had to look in the camera and not be all smiley. And outside of smiling, thanks to the Botox, I don't have any other facial damn expression. I wasn't spaced. I was trying to look more like the hurricane. I was trying to affect that look. I mean, hell, it's taking out our radio station in New Orleans. Remember the experiences there? Those are people down there, experienced people. So, therefore, while they were talking about the hurricane doing millions of dollars in devastation, you know what I'm saying? People fighting for their lives. You saw all the coverage this morning. As it was, I was supposed to get started at 7 o'clock. They paused me until 7:30 because there was so much devastation going on regarding the weather. So, I wasn't spaced. I was, you don't understand what I'm saying, Artie.
Concentrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are people down there, too.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know them personally, but we know them. They're part of this listening family. Exactly. We have the whole state of Louisiana that listens to this. The state of Louisiana is divided up into 3 radio markets. There's the Shreveport, which is, upstate. Mid-state is Alexandria. And downstate is New Orleans. And we're on in all 3 cities. You can drive from top to bottom, from left to right in Louisiana, and hear us the whole state. So those are our people. I don't even know if the show is running today. Has anybody checked on the radio station? I called earlier. Nobody answered the phone. The phone just rang. Well, the phone just... That's it's just it's funny because sometimes you call our office and we're all sitting in there and the phone will just ring. That's why I was laughing because now that we have caller ID here at work, forget about it. Now we can be selective about who we pick up the phone for. Anyway, so once again, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all again bright and early tomorrow morning. On the Good Day New York on the Fox 5 Morning News. Hey, Penny. All right, let's continue on. We have to get that winner. Who's got the contest sheet?
Shaylin.
Oh, here's Shaylin. Okay, Shaylin, we need a winner for the football classic game. Okay. All right, and we're going to continue with this line of questioning as the experience continues. 107.5 WBLS. What is your thought on Puffy?
I mean, my thing with Puffy is I don't think about Puffy. I mean, I don't want to see him go to prison. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see anybody go to prison. But I wasn't speaking for a friend. I was speaking for my man, and he was black and I'm black, and I don't want to see nobody go to prison. Before as a lot of things you do, I don't agree with. Mm-hmm. Before as do I think we ever have a conversation? Yes. I doubt that. I mean, I was in prison, and they was interviewing me one time, and they asked him, would he ever have sit in the room with me, have a conversation? And he tried to play this little role. Absolutely not. I would never sit in the room with him. This. Mm-hmm. I said to myself, well, that's good, because if he was in the room with me, and if his attitude wasn't right, I'm quite sure it wouldn't be any sitting in the first place.
Suge Knight putting it down. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. Friend to the show, Suge Knight. Who shot Suge? I don't know. The original phone call that I got, and I woke Artie up out of the bed, and I woke Nicole up too. Artie, were you sleeping, or did I catch you in the middle of something?
Yeah, that was more like it.
Oh, sorry. 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone rings.
3:20.
Talking about, Sugar's dead. What? Yeah. So I'm like, oh my, after I got the call at 3 o'clock. So, I went in the bathroom to try to do something that I haven't been able to do for 3 days because I've eaten too much cheese. Oh! That's okay. I'm going to go get that handled tomorrow at 10:20. I got an appointment. Too much damn cheese. I love cheese.
Yeah, but that does it, though.
Yeah. Ooh, what? I'm like,
easy.
Ooh, it's been since Friday night.
And it hurts when it come out.
My stomach feels so bloated right now. You can't understand.
Oh.
When they told me I had to get up this morning while I was doing the news, I was like, get up. No. My stomach. So needless to say, I called you from the royal throne.
Uh-oh.
Asking you, what? And then Art says, yeah, I got the two-way, but you sounded all casual about it. I'm like, this is friend to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, people say what they want about Suge, but that man has always been good to us. He's been on the Fire Show on VH1. He's been on this show. I like him. He's rolled out the red carpet when I've gone out to Los Angeles and the whole bit. And he said if somebody treated me bad, he'd have my back. He did.
At all means necessary.
By all means necessary.
Yep.
So,
leave Wendy alone.
Stupid. Shout out to Alicia listening. He says, what the F, excuse my French, is wrong with Mariah Carey? Every show. Here's the thing. Mariah can't dance in heels. So she stands. And I wish that she would at least learn how to do the two-step or something. But I understand with what you're saying. She's saying every show that I've seen her perform, she looks like she's borderline retarded. She stands on the stage with no stage presence, tries too hard to be sexy, true indeed, and ends up looking like a complete behindhole. Well, you know what? I enjoy Mariah's performances only because it's Mimi no matter what. But and then Alicia says, and 50 Cent's going to come out and sing Mobb Deep's song. Excuse me, 50 also did Tony Yayo's song. 50 did both songs as the primary artist and let like Mobb Deep, take the side scraps of just being happy to be on stage, which I know the MO was still happy to be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, no, he did take over their song, and he took over Tony Yayo's song, too. Alicia goes on to say, and Tony Yayo acts like a typical nuh that ain't used to, yeah, or a shower. Did you see him?
That's part of it, though. Like, that's a...
No. DOS Effects hasn't been around for a month of Sundays, and you wonder why. Hip-hop is cleaned up. And by the way, the award for the most beautiful jewelry, man, woman, or child in there goes to Pharrell Williams. Did you see that gorge? Oh, that was... You know what? I want to call it Negroidian, but I can't. It wasn't classy and tasteful. It was very big and gaudy, but I mean that in the best way. I didn't find that Negroidian. I found that was just fly. Just fly. He had on this Gucci link. Was that Gucci link? Damn, I get confused. Anyway, he had on this link chain, and each link was a different color. And I'd seen the chain before, but I think he zhuzhed it up with more colors. And then he had this big, it was like the size of a G-Unit spinner, which every time Tony Yayo did the G-Unit, so corny. People don't play jewelry like that anymore, cornball. He's lifting it up, talking about, what's the line in the thing where he talks about, anyway, picked up his chain spin. Nobody cares. Corny. Anyway, Pharrell, just beautiful. Now, I don't know who those three people were on the chain, but they were all different colors, representing the different colored diamonds, black diamonds, cognac diamonds, yellow diamonds, and, just beautiful. Just gorgeous. Alicia says Little Kim looked like a lady, and Jessica Simpson looked like a milkmaid. Ooh. Yeah. And she says, I wasn't impressed with Puffy or Diddy or whatever he calls himself now when he threw the watch in the audience. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. The best part of the whole damn show was Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. Love them. Can't wait to watch the reruns and see their performances. I didn't see the red carpet, and I was a little upset about that, but I could not commit to 5 hours for anything, not even because I knew it was homework for the show, but I couldn't even do that. I mean, didn't you have things to do yesterday? Were you there for the whole 5 hours? I mean, I was mad because I couldn't be there for the red carpet, but I was there for the whole show. But I figured, this morning I knew that we were going to talk about it when I hosted, the news here in New York. And I knew we were going to talk about it. And I figured Chris Galis, my co-host, was going to go to sleep. And he said this morning, he's like, I only saw a half hour. And I was like, see, it's a good thing I stayed awake. And I was up until the whole 11 o'clock. And then I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get my news face on. I had 2 spoons sitting on my eyes for about 20 minutes, and then I drove in, from the freezer. Yeah. They help they wake your eyes up. Yeah. And then I drove Slick Rick style with a spoon over each eye.
You have eye cream?
Like that. Right now?
No, do you have any for, instead of the spoon in the future?
Well, no, I keep all cold eye cream in the refrigerator. Okay. But I mean, I had to, I had to go.
I can get you some.
From where?
Borghese.
Well, I know. I have some.
Oh, okay. All right.
What was that? Was that a jab that, you have a hookup or something?
No, you have it. It's for you.
Thank you. I don't need any eye cream. I'll tell you, everything works like a great eye cream if you keep it in your refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? You can use Jergens lotion around your eyes. If you put it in the refrigerator, it chills your eyes and takes the bags down. Or Preparation H, as we learned from Bobby Brown. And we didn't even get a chance to talk about that lackluster last show. Nobody talked about it because we had so much company on Friday. You know what I mean? That last show stunk. Shout out to Luzzie, who's listening, who says that the MTV Awards are a waste of her time. Junie was watching. Hey, Junie, thanks for writing. Hey, listen, you guys, Advice Hour is coming up next, okay? You can call. The phone lines are open. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
I got slayed so well. Made me do things I don't even do to my husband.
Oh my God! The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Cassidy the problem. Full Surface is the label. J Records cutting the checks and Rough Riders is the family. And right now, you listening to the Wendy Williams Experience. His big business. You heard that? Easy.
Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like,
Okay, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience and it's Advice Hour. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
My name is, I don't want to give my name.
Okay.
I have a daughter by this guy, and we broke up about 4 months ago. She'll be 1 next month. He hasn't done anything for her in the whole time that she's been here, but he wants to work on getting our relationship back in fact. What should I do?
Well, I mean, I can't answer that for you. How long were you together prior to having your daughter?
We were together for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm. And did you guys live together at any point?
Yes.
Does he promise to own up to his financial responsibilities to his daughter as well as, parental?
He promises to try.
Don't take him back until he catches up and then some. I mean, otherwise you'll be left holding the bag. If he can't keep up his financial responsibilities with his daughter, then chances are he's lacking in other financial areas. You'll be the one holding the bag for the rent, the mortgage, or whatever it is that you pay, the heat, the lights, and the cable. He just wants to get back and try, perhaps, because he wants to lay up under you.
Okay.
Because that's free. Because that's free room and board. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 27.
I wouldn't take him back until I not just saw him catch up, but give him some wait time too.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
It's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. This is Camille.
Hey, Camille. Welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm calling with a problem. I'm currently married to my husband of a year and some change, and I have a son with him. But it seems like his sisters pry into our life continuously, and I'm trying to figure out a way to possibly remove them a little from our relationship without hurting my husband.
Well, okay, what is their age difference?
One is 27 and one is 24.
3 years.
He's 29. Yeah, he's 29.
Oh, 29, 24. Okay. And why can't you just talk to him about it as opposed to sneakily trying to move them away? Why can't you just bring it right to him?
I do, and I have, but he gets really offended. He gets offended really easily. These are his sisters. They seem to know best. They do nothing for him. They do nothing for my son. They won't even come and see him, but they feel like they should have a hand in telling me how to raise my son. And I am the one that takes care of my son.
And how long have you been married?
For about a year.
All right. Well, what you need to explain to your husband is that when you take a wife or a husband, that person becomes priority as long as you're married and happy over siblings, parents, and whatnot. At least that's how I was raised to believe.
Right.
You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, definitely. I feel like he doesn't even respect my opinions because his sisters know best.
Well, then maybe it's time for a separation. Maybe it is. I mean, I got to tell you something. That is absolutely uncalled for. You know, when you take on a spouse, that spouse is supposed to be your right hand, then your family, including your own mama.
Right.
Everybody falls behind your spouse. At least that's how it is, as long as you all are getting together and you're married.
That's right, and that's how I feel.
I mean, my brother and I are 3 years apart, close as all get out. But, you know, I'm not up in his marriage, and neither is he in mine. Do they have keys to your house and everything?
No, they don't have keys to my house, Wendy, not at all. But they're always calling, and my son is half Spanish. I'm African American, he's Spanish, so they feel he should be raised, you know, more their
It's
side.
not their opinion. They're the sister-in-laws. They don't count.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's you and your husband's opinion that counts first and foremost.
Right.
It sounds to me like the issue here is with your husband, though, not your sister-in-laws, because they're only going to do what he allows them to do in your marriage.
And that's what I tell him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I tell him. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm done arguing. You know, I want to have a successful marriage. And I tried for the family
counseling?
to be really close.
Can you go to counseling?
He doesn't want to. He doesn't think it's necessary. He's, you know, old school Dominican, and he doesn't feel like it's necessary at all. He feels whatever problems that are going on, they need to be solved in the home. And it's not being solved. So I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah, but they're not being solved in the home because he's bringing his sisters into everything.
Yeah.
They're all in the mix. See, to me, that's grounds for seriously considering divorce. Really, it is. It is.
Right.
It is. Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, I know here on the show we deal with so much cheating and stuff like that we sometimes get blinded and think that that's the only reason to even consider divorce. But having more people than you and him or or you and her in the relationship, that's grounds for considering divorce for real. For real. Hello?
Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I just want to say I saw you in last month's issue of Vibe, and you look fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
I need some advice.
Okay.
I'm hoping my question will not get some crickets played by Art, but who knows. I'll be 30 years old tomorrow, and I'm feeling very lost. I had a baby 10 weeks ago, and I'm just starting to get back into the swing of things with going back to work part-time. When I found out I was pregnant, it was a very new relationship. We were together, committed for 3 months, and boom, I was pregnant. And I can't help but to this day still wonder if he's with me because I got pregnant. He's a good man. The only questionable thing I could say he does is frequent a go-go bar.
That's not a big deal.
But why is it such a big deal for me? I'm very insecure.
Because you're still hormone flying. Have you lost your weight?
I'm 20 pounds away from my goal. I'm not fat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you're only 10 weeks out of having the baby. Look, go to a go-go bar with him once or twice and see what all goes on there. Look, you're going to feel this way. And as far as why he's with you, nobody will ever know. I mean, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, but it is what it is. You got pregnant really quickly in the relationship. I mean, you're feeling all confused. Your hormones are still crazy, and you're carrying 20 pounds that you're not used to.
I think if the 20 pounds wasn't there, I wouldn't care because I'd be out.
I hear you.
Whatever.
I hear you.
Just deal with it for now, or, you know.
Yeah. So you didn't even really call with a question. You just wanted to vent. I hear you. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Wendy.
Bye-bye. You know, I have a fax here. I swear, you know, this sounds like me 15 years ago. Dear Wendy, I'm 36 years old. Not that part. Dear Wendy, I'm 36 years old, and I've been engaged for over 3 years to a good man who is lacking motivation, and I wonder, is being a good person enough? I mean, he's not afraid to work. He's worked 70, 80 hours a week for the last 3 years we've been together. Now, over the last year, he's lived on his savings while building his own business online and at street fairs. He does make money and contributes to the household, but for the last 6 months, I've paid all the bills, and he gives me, some money here and some money there. He does cook and he does heavy work at home, but he doesn't keep the house clean, and it's cluttered with stuff that he just can't seem to part with. Obviously an old trait, and he's not working as hard as he should be to bring home more bacon. Other than that, he's a great guy. Caring, doting, funny, easygoing, and I love him. It's just I work 2 jobs, building my own business, and I want to have a house, and I don't know if I'm marrying someone who can keep up with my goals. When I try to talk to him about this, it's a strained conversation. I can tell that he's worried about losing me and frustrated at himself, and I'm not sure what to do. I want to help him, and I do. But sometimes I feel like I'm wasting time kissing another toad, worrying about his needs and feelings over mine. I know everyone says not to settle, but if the guy is great, except for two things, important things, is that enough? Should I hold on and keep trying to motivate him? My answer's no. My answer's no. And I got to tell you something. I've never been I was never more sure of when I walked out, when we filed for my first marriage. And thank God, because the rest is history, and my career has done this, and he's a security guard at a nightclub. All the education, all the, great personality and all that other kind of stuff. I sensed, you get to a point where you fight with somebody and then you're just like, you know what? Let me get out before somebody gets pregnant, namely me. You know what I mean? And then I'm like stuck, so to speak. Being a great guy is not enough for a marriage. There has to be a certain amount of dollars and cents that make sense of the relationship. And by the same token, money doesn't make a marriage or a relationship either. It's got to be a combination of everything. And at 36 years old, I'm sorry. You have goals and you have dreams, and you clearly stated them in your facts. And if it's strained to even have a conversation with him regarding this, I say bail. Break the engagement, bail before you get pregnant and or get married, and then you're in even deeper. If you understand what I'm saying, being a great guy or being a great girl is not enough in the real world. You have to have a nice combination of everything. Sorry. I bail.
You ain't used that word in a while.
Well, I'm using it now. You know why? Because she sounds like me. Oh, a great guy. All this, works a lot of hours. It was like pedaling on a bicycle with no damn chain. Work all these hours and bring home what? That's it? You know what I'm saying? He'd come home and empty his pockets at the end of the night and sound like this. I'm like, what? What?
Easy.
Are you out of your mind? And we have goals and hopes and dreams individually and as a couple. Oh, no, honey. Let me double up on my birth control pill and get a divorce attorney now.
But he can cook, though.
Well, if I knew that he could do security the way he does, I could have hired him for security.
You're hard on the man.
Nice personalities don't make a relationship. It's a combination of everything. Great personality, a person who's willing to face the issues when there are issues to be faced, good sex, a person who can make you laugh, you can make them laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of stuff. I say bail, woman. It's time to get back out there on the Toad Patrol. Yeah, I know how it is. I know, but sissy girl. Okay. Men's 8 biggest body insecurities. Ladies, are you ready? Or you can just give me a ding if I'm hitting it on the head. Number 1. Men are obsessed about their abs. Abs are to a man what breasts are to women. And then it goes on, but I don't feel like reading all that. Number 2. This is the man writing the article, we worry about our weight. Men may worship the culinary marvel that is Hot Pockets 4-cheese pizza, but we are very self-conscious about looking fat. That's not you, Art, because you're long and lead. Ding that. Okay. Number 3, we're not sure what to think of our butts. See, Art, you're half woman, kind of sort. I'm not asking you. But
I'm half woman.
Well, look.
You're half man, then.
Well, how you doing? Where's my Woody?
Oh, man.
Somebody disconnected Woody?
No, let Woody warm up.
Oh, no, the machine's going to warm up. Oh.
Let Woody warm up.
Ah.
How you doing? finish out this list, Miss Thing. You can sit right over there. You look nice today, honey. I like your shoes.
Thank you.
You look nice, Miss Honey. I like your shoes.
Thank you.
Anyway, let me get back. By the way, girl, what is that, a flat iron, or does that hair dry naturally like that?
Oh, it dries like this, and then I use a big barrel curling iron, but it's really humid out, so it's very difficult.
People, we gotta go, people.
Never mind, Miss Honey. Let me just get through this list. You look nice, though, girl. Mm-hmm. Okay, what'd she get through already? Obsessed about abs, worried about weight. Not sure what to think about their butts. Number 4, they think they're too pale. They must be white people. Number 5, they fear their hair. I'll finish this list if she lets me next. How you doing?
It's Wendy, man.
My boss came into my office and he basically brushed up against me with his penis.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how should I handle that situation?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
All right. How you doing? BLS 107.5, everybody. In a class by itself. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Hi. Thanks for being here today. Hi. Hi. Remember the chicken lady from Mad TV? Hi. Was that Mad TV or was that Saturday Night Live? Hi. Elizabeth, New Jersey, how are you? Well, you know, this weekend, WBLS is going to be at IKEA on 1000 IKEA Drive. Everybody knows IKEA in Elizabeth, New Jersey. If you travel the New Jersey Turnpike, you know it. Okay, so remember, that is going to be on Friday, September 2nd. Mark Jordan is going to be there. And then Saturday, September 3rd, the IKEA in Hicksville welcomes Kev from the WBLS Street Team at 1100 Broadway Mall. Why am I giving the address? Anywhere there's an IKEA, people know where it is. You know what I mean? So Friday, it's going to be Mark Jordan at IKEA. Saturday, it's going to be Kev from the BLS Jam Band at IKEA in Long Island, Hicksville to be exact, okay? Both spots, look for the guys at 12 noon, okay? Friday in New Jersey, excuse me, and Saturday in Hicksville, Long Island. Special shout out to Sakina Cotton in Newark, New Jersey. She's a mom of 4, and that is from Face over in Newark, New Jersey. Thanks for turning us on. Special shout out to everybody that was over at the barbecue for the fallen soldiers yesterday in Brownsville. I got to tell you something. We ended up having a lovely, lovely day. Yesterday morning when I woke up, I was so disgusted because I knew we had to go to Brownsville, for the barbecue. My mother-in-law, our son, my husband, we're all ready to go. And the weather just was not looking right. But once we got out there, I got to tell you, it sputtered for just a moment, but for the most part, I would take a day like yesterday to be at a barbecue over those 90, 100-degree days with the sun blazing. Shout out to MOR Entertainment and Question Mark Entertainment. Special shout out to Shawnee Catering. Shawnee, friend of the Wendy Williams Experience, was out there with her nippy dippy bon bells and ippy bippy baby bells and cotton candy and all kinds of. Shawnee, you really do know how to put on a nice spread. Shout out to Alicia Silvera. Alicia, thank you, and your mom and all your people and stuff. Thank you so much for making the food, so great. Shout out to Mandeville Mortgage. Thanks for being a part. DJ Brooklyn and JC Jace. See, fellas, I did remember to shout you out. DJ Brooklyn and JC Jace on the cut. And we had a nice time out there yesterday. My kid ate so much cotton candy, forget about it. And we got back. That's why I didn't see the red carpet. I really did feel like throwing his dusty behind in bed all dirty because I was so fiending to see the red carpet, you know what I'm saying, to catch my VMAs. And I knew not only did I have to give him a bath, but it required extra scrub, the face painting and all the kids do. Just dirty as all get out. But one of those kind of days where you didn't care because he had so much fun. We had fun out there in Brownsville yesterday. Anyway, I have something else for you. The New York Liberty is in the playoffs. State of mind, that is. So get to the Garden and cheer for Becky Hammond, Vicky Johnson, Shamika Kristen, and the rest of the girls as they meet up with the WNBA All-Star Tamika Catchings and the Indiana Fever in the first round of the WNBA playoffs. You know I don't know anything about sports. Does it sound like I'm reading this? I am. I'm just trying to sound cool. The teams hit the hardwood for the first game of the series tomorrow night, August 30th at 7:30. Be there. And tickets for the playoff games available now. You can go online at NewYorkLiberty.com or call 877-WNBA-TIX, T-I-X. Or you can visit the Garden Box office, the New York Liberty Playoff Basketball. This is their time. How you doing? One more thing. Oh, just don't forget about the New York Urban League's 35th Annual Football Classic. Hampton versus Morgan State. Giant Stadium. You know this game. You've been there before. If you haven't, there's 6 degrees of separation. Everybody knows somebody who's been to this game. And it's Saturday, September 24th this year. Jump on our website and find out more information, or just call Ticketmaster and get your tickets now. And keep in mind, a portion of the proceeds benefit the Whitney Young Jr. Memorial Scholarship Fund and educational program for New York Urban League. They've been doing this for 35 years. This is a terrific reason to buy something for a cause. So I'll see you out there at the game September 24th. And we'll continue on this hour. And it's a Vice Hour, actually, now. I'm going to the fax machine. I'm looking for your questions. Help you with your snafus. It's the Wendy Williams Experience now on 107.5 WVLS.
Wendy Williams. Every state wanna be like, wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna dress like, wanna sound like, style stealing, clone ass, biting ass everywhere. Non-reality scene.
Wendy Williams Experience.
This is
Butter, how about
this is exclusively on Wendy.
Oh, yeah. The Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. And for those of you who've attempted to visit my website, well, I don't go on the web. I'm not web savvy. Art, what do you call it in web terms? What's wrong with my website?
The server is down.
Oh.
So
I've heard that expression before. The server is down.
You mentioned it before, yeah.
When's it going to be back up? Do you know?
They don't know.
Okay, so they don't know. So we're holding off on web poll questions, but the last one that we did was on Friday. Should you return the engagement ring? 60% of women said no, and 40% of women said yes. Okay, let's get back to where we were in terms of men's 8 biggest body insecurities. All right, so we talked about the abs. We talked about them being worried about their weight. Number 3 is they're not sure what to think of their butts. Because when we say he's got a great butt, they listen to us. They don't understand what that means, really. They fear that they'll lose their hair. Or that, like when it thins, how to do that comb over if they can comb it over, or, spray it in like some comedians, Bruce Willis and Steven Seagal, like some black comedians. Here's another one. Another insecurity that they have is that they're too short. I'll get back to that in a moment. Number 7 is they're Johnsons. They don't know where they fit in, as some of them. So they have that insecurity. What are we thinking about their privates? and then the last one is, do they have bad chest hair days? They're not exactly sure. Do you comb it? Do you get rid of it? Do you pluck it? Do you perm it? What do you do with it? I don't know. I say all that to say, ladies, clearly men have some of the same insecurities that we have. Dear Wendy, I had a huge fight with my man last night over his friend's on and off girlfriend. You see, she calls my man every time they have a fight, like he can do something about it. And he walked out and is behaving like a child, yelling, cursing, and throwing things. And I have no reason to believe that he's cheating, but I feel disrespected. Am I wrong? P.S. We've been together for 6 years. We have no kids together, and we own our own home together. That's from Janice. No. feel as though there's anything wrong with that. It's not his friend. It's his friend's on again, off again ex-girlfriend. And she's just trying to get some insight about her boyfriend from his best friend. I don't feel as though there's anything wrong with that, Janice. And certainly it shouldn't ruffle the feathers in your happy home. No, Janice. Mm-mm. Don't be upset about that. There's so many other things to fight about. Okay. Dear Wendy, we've never met before, but you make me feel proud to be a strong black woman. I'm very pleased with how you keep it real. My question is, Lorraine. And yes. And no, I would never go there with him. Don't you want to know what what she was talking about? Nothing. It's not important. Somebody in the media, and why don't I ever address something? Because I like him. I like him a lot, Lorraine. Dear Wendy, I'm with you when you say that a nice personality does not make a marriage. I've been married for almost 5 years, and I've known within the first year that I wasn't in love with him. He's a nice guy. He's a charming guy. But in 5 years, he's had 5 jobs and has never been able to make more than $30,000. Therefore, not being able to fully pull his weight in assisting with the bills, etc. Wendy, he asked me the other day to tell him if there is anything that he can do to save our marriage. I didn't answer, but truthfully, I don't think so, Wendy. When I look at him, I feel nothing. No love, no lust, or anything. Wendy, I truly feel that once you fall out of love with someone, you cannot fall back in love. Wendy, do you agree with that? I told him it's over and I want a divorce, and he says he'll only give me a separation. What should I do? I know there is no getting back together, but I want to be a part of I want to part peacefully for the sake of our son. Wendy, another thing is, although money isn't everything, it is a lot when you are with a man that has 2 other kids. Oh my gosh, with 2 other babies' mothers, and is paying child support to one of the kids. You get nothing for yours. And when I start thinking about it, I realize that because he's never had much, not only will I have to take care of him now, but I'll be stuck taking care of his broke ass for the rest of my life if I choose to stay. Wendy, I just want to hear your thoughts and Artie's thoughts on this issue. Thank you, and I love this show. Your friend in my head. I don't know why you got married to him in the first place. You said in the first year, you knew. This is what she says. I've been married for almost 5 years, and I've known that within the first year of marriage, that you weren't in love with him. Why did you get married? You felt pressured? Because it happens. You know, women feel pressured. First of all, a judge is going to tell you have to separate before actually getting the divorce anyway. They're going to want to see that you're on the right course. So take him up on the separation. If is he going to separate as in get the hell out of the house? You know, get his own place? That's the first move. Good. So you're on your path for divorce. And I say bail. Why not? And you won't be stuck taking care of him for the rest of your life. I'm not a divorce attorney, and you need to see one. But in my opinion, at the very most, you might be responsible for a little spousal support for the 5 years that you were in the marriage. So maybe 5 years. It won't be the rest of your life. And hell no. I mean, he just never made more than $30,000. Plus, he's got kids outside of the relationship. Now, nice guy, but nice doesn't cut it, buddy. Not out here in the real world. I mean, you got to have a mixture of everything. You got to be nice. You got to make at least enough money to take care of your situation. No, I would divorce him. Well, the thing is that you guys are very, very focused today on talking about the MTV Video Music Awards. So I'm down with you. I mean, we can continue with this. Dear Wendy, Michelle Williams was so stank last night. Did you see her face? Oh, when the booty dancers came out. Yeah, her face matched my face. Ew. What the hell is up? What the hell is Luke doing? What is going on the stage? We can continue to talk, and I'm opening up the phones. I'd love to hear from you. 866-GET-WENDY. Come on.
It's Wendy, man.
I'm constantly sleeping with my baby's daddy. He is engaged to get married to someone else. Should I give it all up and say, well, I tried to have a relationship here?
You can't have a relationship. He's engaged to somebody else. He's about to get married. Really, I just can't take it.
The Wendy.
What I tell myself.
Are you still pounding Negroes? Are you? Is that still part of your MO? Because you know the legendary stories with who's the white rapper, the man that you were alleged to have hung off by his feast, Vanilla Ice, and all like that. The Andre Harrell story at Uptown Records. You trapped the little man in the bathroom and made him squeal. I mean, is that still a part of your gangster?
Well, I look at it like this. I'm not gonna sit up here and do no lying. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like trying to say what I did and what I didn't do.
Okay.
And there's certain things I wouldn't talk about that I did. It's just not smart about talking about it.
Right.
But one of the things that I always believed in, I believed in taking care of my people. It's like right now I meet you and I like your style, and you walked outside and somebody brought harm to you, I would defend you.
Okay.
Of all means necessary.
Okay.
I would definitely go hard. So
go hard.
Yeah, so if that makes me a bad person, that makes me a bad person. I'm not the type of guy to prey on the weak, though.
Okay.
I haven't never been a type of guy who was a bully who picked on the little kids after school. I always picked on the big kid.
Okay.
So that's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
It's a big difference. And all the people who telling on me supposed to be so-called wannabe thugs, but they street punks. If you really look at it, in your music, in your interviews, you speak of yourself one way. But then when it's dealing with me, you totally opposite because you telling the police on me.
Right.
You putting statements against me.
Right, okay.
You acting like a hoes.
Okay.
I don't understand that part.
Okay.
That's the part that's really, I wouldn't say bothers me. It's just a big disappointment.
Okay.
If we're going to do it, let's do it.
Okay.
If you come swing on me, I'm definitely going to swing on you.
Okay.
And we're going to deal with it like that. But after I put my foot in your ass, don't turn around and then want to sue me.
All right. Who shot Suge Knight? Who shot Suge Knight? I don't think they'll ever find out. Did Suge shoot himself? That's the question in one of the New York papers today. Was Suge carrying a gun that discharged, and then he passed it off to one of his men's because, of course, he is still on parole. And so if he got caught, carrying a gun, he'd be going back to jail. So did Suge shoot himself? Did Suge shoot himself maybe purposely? He was looking for attention. I don't know. That is a little black cloud looming over the whole MTV Video Music Awards, or should I call them Diddy-O Music Awards. You all are still commenting. Kat says the red carpet was boring. It was more like a black rug. Puffy got his baby's mama working, holding the microphone on the red carpet, given all she does is hold Puffy's privates. I didn't see the red carpet with her working it and holding it, but I kind of like that idea. That they are, if you want to call them that, the king and the queen of the night. And he gave her a job. I kind of like that idea. And it's only a matter of time before Ciara breaks from the dog pound. Sorry, Bow Wow. Oh, yeah. You know what? Not for nothing. It will be only a matter of time if their relationship is real. Now, I heard that they were definitely, first of all, I didn't see the red carpet, but I heard they walked the red carpet together, and I heard that they were also at the clubs together and like that. I feel as though, and I love Bow Wow, he's a friend to the show, but it's only a matter of time before nobody cares about Bow Wow. Girls that are Bow Wow's age now want that thug thing. They want, they want G-Unit, they want T.I. and whatnot. And little Bow Wow is such a little man, and he's just still a boy, and he'll always be trapped in the lollipop. We are the members of the lollipop tree. He'll always be in Munchkin Land. I don't know, just a thought. I mean, he's cute, but that's tired when he gets into his 20s and 30s. just, you know. Anyway, and Kat says, Puffy's a whack dancer. I wish he'd stop. I love Mariah Carey, but she looked bloated last night. Wasn't her medication. I miss Fat Joe, but I don't care for the nonsense. And Usher looked tired. Well, by the way, Mr. T is going to be reprising his role as Clubber Lang in the upcoming Rocky. What would this be?
20.
Rocky Who Cares? And Eminem is being sued by 2 motorists who are claiming that they were injured in a 7-car vehicle pileup involving Eminem's tour bus. You remember when that accident happened? Well, Eminem wasn't on the bus at the time, but that hasn't stopped the driver of this other car. Her name is, it's actually a man and a woman, Breck and Tina Wingarden. They claim that they suffered injuries as a result of the crash, and they're seeking unspecified damages from Eminem. That's a damn shame. Nicole Richie wants to play Diana Ross in Mahogany. Okay? Now, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Nicole, please. Please. Stay in your lane. According to her, she wants to reprise the role of Diana Ross from Mahogany 1975. Now, you know, she and Lionel are friends, and even Diana is thinking it's a great idea. She must have been on her meds that day. How could she possibly think? Diana has allegedly already agreed to recording the movie soundtrack and making an appearance in the film. Nicole's with her friends right now, and the studio executives huddling, hoping to secure the deal before the end of the summer. Forget it, Nicole. Forget it. By the way, Superhead's still talking. Tyra Banks' show starts in next week, a couple of weeks or something like that. It starts soon. Damn. Anyway, where's Superhead's quote? She's talking about Tyra Banks getting with girls and everything. Not for nothing. I've heard that before. Oh, here it is. Okay. The interviewer says, so are you saying that Tyra slept her way to the top? And this is what Superhead says. I have a list of names of people that she's been with, including women. Let's not go there because I'm telling the truth. And I'll tell it all. So hopefully she realizes now and she'll stay clear out of my way. There are a few things that tend to infuriate me. One is ignorance, because I've become accustomed to speaking to very intelligent people like Gore Vidal and Al Franken on a regular basis since dating Bill Maher. Therefore, when I'm in an interview with someone who is not intelligent or flat out ignorant, idiotic, and stupid, or just an ass, it really gives me a headache. And I've walked out of interviews when they're so beneath me and what I'm trying to say. And then there are people like Tyra who are hypocrites, women especially, who have slept their way through their whole career, and it's not a secret within the Hollywood circles. So the person says, the interviewer says, so Tyra's been around the block. And Superhead says, I've always heard about it from the men we've both slept with. Oh. And now regarding Ja Rule, the interviewer says, but let's take someone like Ja Rule, who has a wife and kids. I would imagine that he might be very upset. And Superhead says, I'm sure it's uncomfortable, but no, he's not upset. This is not old news. This is not new news to him or his wife or his family. It's not like his wife just found out. She knows her husband, and she knows that I was not the only girl. He's had hundreds at a time. And I'm sure thousands over the years that he's traveled the world. So it's not like anyone's surprised, even if it's uncomfortable. In the meantime, everybody was trying to get invited to Puffy's party on Star Island for the Video Music Awards. Apparently, it was at a $20 million mansion, and it was able to be accessed by the yacht or by highway. And if you were driving, a guard met you and checked your credentials, and then you entered the island. The neighbors on the island include Missy Elliott and Shaquille O'Neal with his big, bright nighttime lights. Remember, we talked about that last week. There are only 32 mansions on this particular island, and the real estate's going for about $7 million per acre. And then you build the house on top of that. And he offered a $50,000 cash prize for the best dressed man and woman at his party. Now, you know, at the award show, Gwen Stefani won, which I really liked her outfit. I'm one for tight leopard print. I love it. I didn't necessarily think it was the best. I mean, if that was the best outfit, then I shudder to think what the rest of the red carpet looked like. And like I said, I missed the red carpet, so I didn't know. I know Gwen was just glad to be acknowledged because she damn sure had her face twisted up most of the night as she took a back seat to Kelly Clarkson and the rest. all that, you know, marching band video stuff, it got her absolutely nothing. Shout out to Jadakiss. Shout out to Styles P. You all repped with Mariah. And they also had a hot party, too. Jadakiss and Lil' Kim actually hosted a party at Crowbar. I heard that was a real hot party. And getting back to Suge Knight, that was Kanye West's party. And after, all during that weekend, Suge had requested, and Suge's people requested invites to parties. People were scared to turn him down. So he was invited to, everything. So, just thought I'd pass that along to you. Cher, by the way, is considering signing a contract that's been put before her, $100 million contract for 6 nights a week for, I don't know how long, but in Vegas, at the Wynn Las Vegas. And then she got another lucrative deal from Caesar's Palace. And you might say, does that mean that Celine Dion is being dumped? Well, she's had her run. She collected her money. John Benet Ramsey's brother Burke, he was only 9 and sleeping when John Benet was killed. She was actually beaten, strangled, and molested in their Boulder, Colorado home. Remember on, I think that was Christmas Eve. Well, Burke is now 18 years old. He has a new life. Shout out to whoever's going to Purdue University in Lafayette, Louisiana. Burke is a freshman there. And they say he's handsome and athletic, and he's popular and friendly, and he wants to have a career as a computer technologist like his father. And he does have a steady girlfriend that he had all through high school. And, and Patsy's still very sick. FYI. Shout out to Walter, a.k.a. Silk. Hey, Walter. Tanya, who's working at Federal Plaza, says, Wendy, I thought Diddy was entertaining. Please tell the folks to stop hating on Diddy. Now I see why he had on that new Negro t-shirt, because the old Negroes are still playing crabs in a barrel. They can't afford to give away a Guess watch, let alone a Jacob watch. I guess good for the man who received the watch. Yada, yada, yada. I love Mariah Carey's CD, but she's painful to watch. Thank you, Tanya. And Damien in Soho says, Wendy, I was talking about Sorrell's chain for like a half hour this morning. Quite ridiculous, yet beautiful, as you said earlier. I couldn't believe what I saw. It was borderline Negroidian, but not quite there. Exactly. And he goes on to say that the 3 people on the medallion are the 3 members of Nerd. It's a cartoon version of them, like on Pharrell's T-shirt in the Let's Get Blown video. Okay, here's Chris laying it down for the Video Music Awards. Number 1, Ciara's coming out party. Child, Missy locked that ass down, escorted Ciara to the stage. Why is everybody pointing the how you doing finger to Missy and Ciara like that? See, I don't see them like that.
Missy gets what she wants.
Missy does get what she wants, but I don't believe Ciara's been touched. We can talk, can't we? I mean, we can talk, can't we? First of all, there was all that sloppy water, of which I was waiting for somebody to fall. You understand what I'm saying? All that sloppy water mess. Also, Ciara looked a little awkward walking in her shoes. She's a jeans and sneakers kind of girl. Her dress was very short. But also, please, there would be no Ciara without Missy. Why shouldn't Missy walk her up there? And the hand-holding thing, well, I never really got that between people anyway. Why do people hold hands if there's nothing going on? There's a picture in one of today's New York newspapers, and I got to say this, Wyclef, I got to just talk about it the way I see it. I don't like you holding Angelina Jolie's hand, because you are her kind of Negro. You know what I'm saying? Sock passe. You and, the work that you do for charity in Haiti and around the world, your relationships with Carlos Santana. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, Haitian, African American. You've got plenty of time to travel the world, and your heart is in the right place. And I can see it now. Here we go. Let me do the scenario. Art, you can't be in on this. All right. Woody, you play Wyclef, and I'll play Angelina Jolie, okay? Hey, aren't you Wyclef Jean?
How you doing? Sorry, Wyclef. I don't mean to be imitating you this way, but it's me, Woody. I don't know any other way to be. How you doing, Angelina Jolie? oh, congratulations on, the adoption of your baby girl. Me and my wife, Claudia, we just adopted a baby girl.
Oh, wow. Where did you adopt her?
Oh, we adopted her from our homeland, Haiti. There's been so much economic strife and so much going on, so much disaster with the people and the government and the weather. So we're back there constantly giving of our times and giving of ourselves.
Oh, well, maybe we need to get together and do something.
I would love to. As a matter of fact, I'm planning something with Carlos Santana. I don't know why I brought his name up in it, everybody. I'm planning something with Carlos Santana. We're doing a refugee concert. It's going to be in Switzerland around Christmas.
Oh, I would love to be a part of it. How can I be a part? Damn, everybody, and cut. We'll pick up where we left off in the next break. Wyclef, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Wendy, man.
Michelle?
Yeah.
You're just having casual sex with him.
Right.
There is no engagement.
No.
He's got a girlfriend.
Phone call. I'm pregnant now. Should I keep it?
Wait, hold on for just one moment. I'm about to reach through the phone and crack her skull.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Okay. All right, wait, hold on, because the mic's open. And so shout out to Garfield Jacobs. Is that who I shout out to?
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Garfield Jacobs. I just got your information. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But shout out to you. Your invitations are beautiful. Everybody, it's WBLS 107.5. Today's R&B and Classic Soul in the Wendy Williams Experience. There's a play in town that you might want to see. It'll be here September 20th through 25th. It's the stage play based on Eric Jerome Dickey's novel, Friends and Lovers. It's at the Beacon Theater. Now, you know Eric Jerome Dickey. He writes fabulous books. He also happens to be friend to the show. Hey, Eric Jerome Dickey. And so his play, Friends and Lovers, is going to be at the Beacon Theater. So if you'd like to win those passes, give a call now. If you're not interested in winning, but you just want to simply purchase tickets, remember, Beacon Theater, September 20th through 25th. It's Eric Jerome Dickey's novel, stage play. It's Friends and Lovers. So dial now and you can do that winning. Okay, don't forget Vaughn Harper's in at 7 o'clock with The Quiet Storm. I saw Keisha Cole this morning. Keisha, I saw you. You was driving a silver Range Rover and you was on the telephone on 42nd Street at, I think about Park Avenue. I was rushing to get to Good Day New York on Fox 5. And Keisha looked like she'd probably been out all night. Like I was just getting to work and she was coming in from the club or something like that. And it was probably around about 4:45. And she was with one of her girlfriends. So shout out to Keisha Cole. It was early. We were stopped at the light right next to each other. I didn't beep. I mean, I was going to say hello. I know. But you were on the phone and, I just... sometimes you just want to do a celebrity spotting from afar, and then report back. Those are my favorite celebrity spottings. And then she jetted off into the Manhattan night. So shout out to Keisha Cole. Everybody, did I tell you that Vaughn comes up at 7 o'clock with The Quiet Storm? I did? Okay, well then my work here is done. Hey, don't forget Thursday night, the Shadow Night Club is free. Every Thursday night. This Thursday night is no exception. The Shadow Night Club is free. So if you're looking for something to do this week and maybe you're a little short on your money or you're tired of paying huge prices to get into clubs only to find out that the crowd is not really what you want, check out The Shadow. It's free for everyone all night long on Thursday nights. You can't beat that, and we love The Shadow. And all right, so we're going to continue on with the music and the commercials and the hour of truth here. It's the Wendy Williams Experience until 7 on 107.5 WBLS.
Wendy Williams! Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wendy Williams Experience. This is exclusively on Wendy Williams.
Wendy's got the heat.
How you doing?
Sorry, I was in the office tracking a story. There's a rumor going around. Ow. And Nicole started to tell it to me, and then I heard, I'm gay, I'm a homo, I like guys. I said, oh, somebody's calling me. Some queen is calling me. Anyway, I think she's still some researching, so we'll get to the bottom of it for you, hopefully. Anyway, the MTV Video Music Awards. People are still talking. You guys want to talk? Once we finish talking about this today, can we move on? As much as I don't like Beavis and Butthead, I do have part of my personality is that of a 15-year-old boy. Dare I say maybe a white boy? Because I thought they were funny last night, Beavis and Butthead. Well, I'm not looking to see them back on MTV. Part of me said, damn, they're funny. Still, they're funny, you know? Let me see. What else? Oh, you know what? Frank Gifford and Kathy Lee. So he's all 75, thinking that her new job as a correspondent on The Insider is going to land her in the arms of a cute cameraman or a Hollywood type. And she's 52 and he's 75. Well, Frank, you know what? If that is what would happen, then that'll learn you. You know. So what is it? This just in. Okay. Wait. Adjust.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically there was a shooting in Long Island City in a barbershop, and they're saying that 2 men sustained injuries and 1 man died. Eric B.
The rapper?
The rapper.
I mean, the DJ?
The DJ. Excuse me, yes, the DJ. Eric B. and Rakim.
When was that supposed to have happened?
This happened on Saturday. I've gotten like 5 emails concerning this. I wish someone would let us know whether or not what's going on with this.
Hey, Renee, is the fax machine filled up with paper? Is it blinking green or is it blinking red? 866 Wendy fax.
39-year-old Eric B., who lived locally in Long Island City, died Saturday afternoon. Another 24-year-old in Long Island has serious injuries but is stable.
No, I don't believe that. Because somebody would have said that on the news. Although the news wasn't really covering Suge Knight's shooting until today and barely that.
Right. And I saw the Suge Knight shooting like deep into the paper.
Yes.
Not even on the
That's another thing.
Right.
I mean, literally, when I got the call about Suge shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like zhuzhing through all the channels and stuff. I stayed up for like another 2 more hours
to see what was going on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, pacing back and forth and wringing my hands.
Yeah,
Why?
Like, oh my God. What?
Finally, I called you, and then I called Art.
Yeah.
It
was late breaking news.
Art was on the downstroke, and there I was ruining everything.
I had my deep voice on. Hello.
All right. Well, we'll track that story. Yes. I certainly don't believe that that's true. So Oprah's having a fight with the thank you, Nicole. It's Nicole. The billionaire Ty Warner, who is king of all Beanie Babies. I know those are so 90s, but this guy was onto something when he discovered these Beanie Babies, and now he's 60 years old, and he just bought a private club in the heart of Moncito, California. Is that how you pronounce it? Where Oprah and them live? Moncito? And, well, anyway, right there. And right outside of Santa Barbara. And he's planning on renovating the property and then opening up the doors to the general public. which of course is having the locals upset that their privacy could be rocked. Tom Cruise and Kevin Costner, Jeff Bridges, Oprah, they're all a part of this community, and they're fearing that, there's going to be busloads of tourists. You spend all that money on property, and Oprah loves it out there. They say that she's very fond of Montecito, and anything that would change it would definitely not be what she's about. So they've been protesting for the local townspeople. Wah, wah, wah. But that is like you buy a great property, you know what I mean? You have the perfect view of, the city or whatever your view is, and then a big building gets built right in front and blocks your view. Wendy, stop sleeping. Ciara is being turned out by Missy. Bottom line, period, end of story. It's not like I couldn't believe it. It's just, Wendy, you stupid. I say that lovingly. You had me cracking up this morning when you were jumping on the trampoline with the how you doing trainer. I must feed on myself. Oh, boy. Did you love R. Kelly's performance? I thought it was real clever and dope how he was able to go back and forth in the three characters. No, because I walked out of the room. Like I've seen it all. I love R. Kelly's music. I'm not interested in anything else. I mean, I used that opportunity to lay out my newswoman clothes, and then I jumped in the shower, and then I came back to the TV. And now that being Bobby Brown is over, you're right. Thursdays are a dead area, KO. Yeah. And as far as Bishop Don Magic Wand, I thought that if Puffy was going to do something like that, and I like the Bishop, I just felt as though that particular audience was not built for a couple of things last night. It wasn't built for our Luke minute. Hell, I wasn't even built for it. But I can understand in a more Negroidian setting, I mean, just like not for nothing. And I love Biggie, and I love Miss Wallace and Faith. I don't know that tributes to Biggie are even being felt at places like the MTV Video Music Awards. Biggie passed almost 10 years ago, and I was feeling it. That was definitely that. Kanye West, with all his arrogance and all his feeling himself, he put it down with Jamie Foxx. It was simple. I liked it a lot, and I liked the song. And I also like Mariah Carey, as stiff as she might be. That's still my Mimi. And that Biggie performance, and I thought Snoop did a great. I liked having Snoop there and whatnot. But I don't know that a tribute to Biggie is for the MTV Video Music Awards. I understand those kids in the audience have to understand where it comes from in order to know where they're going. They don't care about where it comes from. What is this from Art? Oh, Eric B. isn't dead. Someone just saw him. Oh, please. All right, you guys. Well, thank God. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? And I think that New York feels it a lot more than the rest of the nation, with Biggie being gone 10 years. Like, it was no thing to me. But as I watched, I said, and I was definitely into it. I was like, oh, Puffy did the right thing with this. I loved the whole orchestra. I loved everything about that tribute last night. But then it was brought up to me later on this morning, earlier this morning about, did those people really understand it at the MTV? Black, white, whatever. The point is that if the average age is like 21, do they know who Biggie is to understand the tribute? Was that a tribute wasted? I don't know. Not to me. But I'm not the majority. Oh, Miss Wendy. Still dropping it like a top.
Wendy, man.
First of all, my question is, what's wrong with Fantasia? I guess maybe I'm wondering why no one wants to focus on Fantasia's talent. I mean,
because nobody can get past her.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Let's just revisit that Snoop Dogg fight and hit my gin and juice. I brought my CDs in from the car, and I was thinking, this is clearly not music to fight by. This is music to, you swag in the club. What? This is like a theme song when you first get in a party. Oh, shoot. Bartender, give me my gin and juice. All right, what's up? How you doing? All right. And you swagger through the party, sipping out of that skinny straw. Shoulders snapping up and down, neck knocking back a bit. See what I'm saying? You see something cute and fine standing over there. Now you start your head nod and you bite your bottom lip. Right? And you take another sip. and everybody in the party is beautiful, and you had you some get right before you got in the club, and your head is in the right space, turn this up. Nobody's fighting. Everybody's lamping. Oh.
So we gon' blow an ounce to this. G's up, freeze up for a second now.
Right? Now you got that right there, right? But they're on stage fighting at the. I just don't get that. Now, the same club, the same people, but you throw on, as far as I'm concerned, music to fight by. Hit my MOP. Oh, shoot. Chuck your jewelry. Put the gin and juice down. Pick up an empty bottle of something. It might have to be your weapon of choice. And then the beef is on.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Alrighty, my friends. We're still here. Please, we're doing so much talking about the Video Music Awards today that I hope tomorrow that we can just kind of like put that where back there. It's really weird because I still haven't seen the BET Awards. I still haven't seen it, and now I've stopped looking for them. Are they still rerunning? I haven't seen them. Well, Angie says, Wendy, Puffy needs to stop the tributes to Biggie. It's been 10 years already, and they have turned it into a business. Did Biggie even record for 10 years? We've all lost friends and family in the last 10 years. We miss them and honor their memory, but do we plan careers around them? Give me a break. Is Puffy's whole career being about Biggie's death? It's time for Puffy to base his career on Puffy. Well, thank you for that fax. And Tanya says, Wendy, I think the Biggie tribute was moving. I also like the fact that Snoop was up there representing, and that the East Coast, West Coast beef is over. Yeah, until you think about Suge being shot, at the party. I think it would be more moving if he did something with Pac. I'm sure Afeni Shakur would have given blessings. I think Hammer is tired, and the audience is really stale, especially the Black Eyed Peas. Who they kept showing. No one in the audience clapped for the winners. Yada, yada, yada. When 50 Cent performed, the audience VIP area looked empty. Well, I have to tell you something. That VIP area consisted of a few lamps from, what was that, Home Goods? Some of the lampshades were actually down. Did you notice that? It looked real ghetto. But, Mocha is in Newark, New Jersey. Mocha is busy reading. Mocha, bust a rhyme. Oh, yes. Mocha. So Eva Longoria, who was out of order with that bathing suit on last night. And by the way, Desperate Housewives could survive without her. Like, I understand in the first season, she might have been the hot tomato or whatever. I do think Desperate Housewives could survive without Eva Longoria. A pretty face and a tight body is a dime a dozen in Hollywood. And she is not exactly, some sort of outstanding actress. If they don't like how she acts on Desperate Housewives or whatever, because they're always complaining about her, but it's not like they do anything. They're cutting Jessie Metcalf. As far as I'm concerned, she's as dispensable as Jessie Metcalf. Just plug in another little girl. How about my girl Vanessa Marcel, who I absolutely love? She used to be married to Brian Austin Green. She can affect the same look, the same short, tight, brunette thing. Nobody noticed the difference. They look the same difference. You know who Vanessa Marcel is? She used to play General Hospital. So apparently Eva did an interview with Dateline NBC. And that interview was last week. Now, I don't know whether this is aired or not. But it was a major breach of protocol, according to today's newspaper, because Desperate Housewives is on ABC, not NBC, and the stars of Desperate Housewives on NBC, as well as the stars of ABC's other hit show, Lost, are supposed to give ABC shows first crack at interviews. Shows like, Good Morning America, Primetime in 2020. And so by her doing Dateline NBC, they say it's a major breach of protocol. But they say the reason that she probably did Dateline NBC is because the show focused mainly on her and no one else on the show. Mm-hmm. This person didn't sign their name, but he says that the only showstoppers were Shakira Everybody's saying her name with the r last night. Ciara and their reggaeton moment. Can I tell you something? I left the room for both of those like R. Kelly. I mean, I saw Shakira, and yeah, she does have some death-defying moves, but I, past the moves and stuff. I mean, like, I had other stuff to do, and I was doing it in between commercials or on, like, performances that I didn't find particularly fascinating, like Green Day, like, R. Kelly, like Shakira, like the reggaeton moment. I just, how did you guys feel about this? This person says that they were the showstoppers. Wendy, after the Shuckin' and Jivin' show, I got to the real entertainment, the Itchy and Scratchy show, a.k.a. being Bobby Brown. You are too funny calling it the Itchy and Scratchy show. It came on late last night, so I went to sleep laughing. That's funny. Wendy, little Kim looked great for a change. I love Luke and the Luke dancers. MC Hammer still's got it, and Puffy should never host another award show. Mariah Carey can't sing live, let's face it. And you know what, though? If Mariah Carey does a quarter of what she does, even the broken down Mariah Carey sounds better than the majority of the New Jack girls out here. Even the broken down Mariah Carey. I like when she whispers, when she hits her high note and she grabs her ear and lets it out. Tony Yayo looks like a drunk uncle who acts a fool at the family reunions. Too damn old. Hillary Duff is about ready to disappear. Her and Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton all need an all-you-can-eat buffet and grill. And Jessica Simpson looked like a cheap slut. And Wendy, did you see Trina and Lil Wayne arrive together? No. Did they arrive together holding hands? Renee, did you see this?
I didn't see them last night. I didn't have cable in my room.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that earlier.
I just moved on campus.
And Art, why didn't you watch?
Because I don't watch award shows like that.
Okay, well, I don't either, but, from now on, for the purpose of the show, can we just get some sort of semblance? Shaylin, why didn't you watch?
I did watch, but I was in and out of the room. I didn't watch the whole 5 hours.
Well, no, not all right. How many hours did you watch?
I started from 9 o'clock because I had to go to my mother's house because I don't have cable. So I purposely went to my mother's house to watch it because I knew I'd be here on Monday.
What do you have? Just the original, 10 channels or whatever? Yep. 5 channels?
Yep.
Wow. That keeps you entertained?
No. The radio keeps me entertained. Okay. I can't afford cable. Right
Yeah. Wow. By the way, everybody, the New Negro magazine. Okay, the New Negro shirt that Puffy was wearing, it's actually a magazine, and it debuts in October. No word on whether Puffy has financial dibs in this magazine or not, but from what I've been told, he was just simply giving them a shout out. The New Negro magazine is apparently a magazine dedicated to self-improvement of African-American men who are heads of households or self-employed in small and mid-sized cities around the country. Now, the circulation is 10,000 people. And it'll be circulating in cities like, or in states like Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, and then within the cities there. So, like I said, it's earmarked to, black men. And they say there are 3 specific areas that this magazine is focusing. Number 1, self-improvement and awareness. Number 2, building strong families. And number 3, shaping public policy, image, and opinions of black men. So if you want to find out more about New Negro, since we were all introduced to it last night and had no idea what Puffy was wearing, you can go to their website at thenewnegro.com. And maybe you too can get one of those T-shirts and maybe pick up a subscription for yourself. And yeah, I did see Mama of 3. I did see when Puffy was doing his dance off with Omari and how he stuck his butt out. Yeah. That was one of those moments. My mouth twisted to the side. I heard Dwayne Wade's younger brother was smacked in the face with a bottle last night in a club fight. Dwayne Wade and Shaq. This is what Elle says. Elle lives in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Dwayne Wade and Shaq are cute. Usher was dressed nicely. Was that Biggie's daughter, Tiana, with Miss Wallace? How cute were Puffy's sons when he shouted them out? I thought they were cute, too. I was like, chip off the old blocks, you know what I mean? They got up, with the big body language, like, hey, what's up, Zach? What's up, Pops? Yeah, I thought that they were cute. I don't know who that little girl was next to Miss Wallace. Maybe that was Tiana. And who was the chick with John Legend? His confidant? Certainly you don't think anything other, do you? I love John Legend. Ordinary people. And I love the Gap commercial. I was telling you guys that the other day. It's actually one of the best Gap commercials ever, better than Sarah Jessica Parker and all. There's just something really soothing about Legend. You know, his demeanor, even his look, just real soothing. Kind of like everything's going to be all right. I don't know, weird, but that's how I feel when I look at him, when I see him and whatnot. Oh, by the way, I know we're all gearing up for the new Chris Rock show. Everybody Hates Chris on UPN. And I am so glad that Tashina Arnold has steady work in a show that looks like it's going to be a hit. I saw her in a club it was during the winter. And she had her hat pulled down real low, like on the down low. And, you know, I went over and I said hi to her. Like our people were talking and she was sitting there and I was standing there and I said, oh, hell, I'm just going to go over and say hi. Hey, how you doing? We ended up, she was getting ready to leave the club. She was sitting, I guess, impatiently, leg going back and forth as, her leg was crossed, arms folded and stuff. So we all ended up going back into the club and having drinks and stuff. She's real nice. I want her to come to the show to talk about her new role in Everybody Loves Chris because so far she's the only character that we know. We don't know the little boy. But I would love to talk to her. Working actress in Hollywood. She's about to be on a show that is definitely going to go. I think it's going to go into syndication and everything. This is going to be a keeper. So, and apparently so does UPN because they say that the launch, which September 22nd is the big launch of Everybody Hates Chris. They say that this launch is the most expensive promotional campaign in the 10-year history of UPN. I got to think about that. Really? Is it? Are we seeing so much promotion for this show that it's that? That's something. Millions of DVDs of the pilot will be distributed to patrons at the movie theaters and sporting events. They'll be slipping them into the upcoming issues of Entertainment Weekly. Critics, they say, have nothing good to say about the series. The competition at 8 o'clock on Thursday nights when it comes on. I think it's Thursday nights. Yeah, Thursday nights when it comes on. Joey and Survivor. Well, sounds like everybody will be watching Everybody Hates Chris. Meantime, over at the Fox channel, the Bernie Mac show is going to begin its 5th season. I can't believe that's been on for so long. Remember in the beginning, it looked like it was barely going to make it? Well, it's going to begin the 5th season on Friday, September 23rd with the back-to-back episodes. And Anthony Anderson, he got off. He didn't rape that girl. That girl, cried a lot of crap. And he's still acting his behind off. Just still working. He's just off of Fox's, the FX channel, The Shield. And he had a co-starring role in Hustle Flow. And apparently, he's going to be doing... Is he already on the Bernie Mac show? Well, he's going to be. Good for him. Good for him. He survived that. Here's Raven. All right. The best part of the awards show, hands down, was the tribute to Biggie. Very classy, elegant, and tasteful. I put the rest of the show where? Back there. All right. Thank you, Raven. Wendy, this is from Chris. Shakira is hot to death. Biggie's tribute was hot but inappropriate. Hot, I thought that it was amazing, but was that the platform to do it? Yeah, exactly. I thought it was hot too. The best dressed fiasco, Snoop and Gwen Stefani. What is that about? Puffy and the Watch gave his Jacob watch to his date in the audience. Shut up, you don't know that. A little Kim on the red carpet, a true diva. 50 Cent and Fat Joe. This person says, now you know you don't throw daggers when you know the person that you're dissing is going to come after you. Fat Joe played himself. Did he still feel safe? I don't know. I just didn't like the whole thing. Why? And apparently, while Fat Joe was up there about to introduce the reggaeton, see, this is what I missed, because as soon as I heard that was about to come up, I was like, I scrammed. I scrammed because I have no interest. But it was told to me by one person. Nobody else said this. Is this the reason that the beef first started last night at the award show? Is because when Fat Joe was on the stage introducing the reggaeton, 50 Cent jumped on stage over there dissing Fat Joe. Is that what happened? Can somebody get at me on the fax machine? I'd like to clarify this.
I didn't see all of that.
All I saw was Fat Joe say, I feel real safe. Because when I heard, yeah, exactly. When I heard Joe talk again, I said, oh, good. The reggaeton is over. I can come out.
I didn't see all that jump on stage.
No, I didn't see that part either. But they said 50 jumped on a stage off to the, right or left or whatever.
No, I heard that after his performance, he yelled out.
That we feel safe thanks to G Unit security with with the cops.
Performance.
Oh yeah. No, I saw that. That part was uncalled for. Dusty Yayo up there and whatnot. Oh boy, I'm exhausted. Keep it here, everybody.
Wendy, man.
I just heard something about Boy Game. Is there any truth to the rumor about him being on Changing Heart dating show or whatever?
Yeah, he said he was on it. He did what he did. Whatever. Okay.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
What's up? This is Mariah. I am not giving you a how you doing. You just got it.
This is fire! Exclusively on Wendy Radio.
Everybody, we're about to get out of here. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. I thank you all for being here today. Getting back to that Angelina Jolie and Wyclef Jean picture in one of the New York newspapers today. I was talking about it earlier, never got back to it. Anyway, I say all that to say I don't like it. She's just like a dark presence, like a man-eating black widow. And the way Wyclef is holding her hand, and neither one of them are smiling. So, and she's looking at him. And I can't tell whether it's the look or just a look. But I do know that neither one of them are smiling. Like, Art, if we were in a party, and say I had to grab your hand to go to the other side of the party or something like that, I think that there would be some sort of, like festive laughter going, you understand what I'm saying? Right. I don't know whether you saw the picture in the newspaper today, but I just don't, and then he works and helps people in Haiti, where he's from, and he's got a giving heart, and, and he's a global kind of dude, and she's a global kind of chick, and I can see Wyclef being her type of guy. Don't you? Don't you see Wyclef being her type?
For a minute.
It doesn't matter. A minute's all it takes. He's a married man. You understand? I don't like it. It was just a picture in the newspaper. Maybe I'm making more of it, but Wyclef, we're watching you. And shout out to Rose, who's listening, says, Wendy, I know you're not going to read this on the air because making drama out of nothing is what the show is about. But I do have a comment about Paulina Rubio and Little John brushing the brush off that happened last night. Not everything is a race issue. Haven't you guys thought that perhaps she felt that he was way too touchy? Not for nothing. If Little John put his arm around me, I'd brush him off too. I wouldn't care if we were hosting the damn Grammys together. Guys nowadays swear that they can put their arms around every chick. Plus, has a guy ever flung his heavy arm around you while you're wearing a nice dress and heels and your hair is done? It's annoying. Anyway, I'm not African American. I am Latina. And yes, I agree that many times there are race issues within all cultures, but I do also realize that not everything is against black people. Anyway, I love the show. I just had to voice myself. Rose, I agree with you. I would have flung his arm off also. And yeah, I do agree. Not everything is a race issue. And I do agree that you don't want that, there are still many women out here that don't want to be pawed by guys, leaned on by guys, inappropriately touched in any way by guys. You know what I mean? I don't care whether my hair is done, I'm in heels and a dress, or whether I'm in jeans and a big, Young Jeezy t-shirt. I don't like it. I agree with you, Rose. And you know what? That is one of the few things in the award show that I didn't even notice because she, I was busy looking at her dress. I was like, wow, what an interesting dress. It was a black lace dress. She had on the black panties with it and stuff like that. Somebody commented earlier that Little John, when he flung his arm around her, though, the other side of the arm came down and brushed against her breast. I don't care whether it brushed against the breast or not. No, I know what you mean. Because one wrong fling and you're leaning on my hair clips in the back of my head. And while they're insecurely, I can't move my head now because you're leaning on my clips. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. got married over the weekend to his longtime girlfriend, a producer named Susan Levitt. Apparently, they got married out in Long Island on Saturday, late in the afternoon into the evening. Keanu Reeves drove up on his motorcycle. Billy Joel was there and Sting was there, too. Now, Robert Downey is now 40 years old, and she's 31 years old, and she actually, they met back in 2002 on the set of that movie Gothica, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Halle Berry. So this is his second marriage. His longtime girlfriend, Deborah, and he do have an 11-year-old son together. Excuse me, his ex-wife and he have a son together who's now 11. And the condition that Susan married him under is that no more drugs, no more booze. All that stuff is where back there. Speaking of marriage and weddings and stuff like that, it's really odd to me that Ben Affleck, and I know he and Jennifer Garner were really cryptic about getting... we don't have any more guests, right? It's the end of the show. Can I finally rub my eyes? Oh, gosh. Oh, it feels so good. The mascara. Oh, I feel it caking up under my chubby fingers. It feels so good. Does my eye makeup look like the lead singer of Coldplay? Chris Martin?
It's a little smudged, yep.
Yeah, I don't care. I get stopped by the cops. Now I can speed home because now when the cops stop me, I'll say, I was fighting, with my husband. They don't like to get in the middle of domestic disputes. They just kind of like, officer, I'm sorry. All right, well, go on, but just slow down. All right, thank you. Anyway, Matt Damon was not invited to Ben Affleck's wedding. Now, this is supposedly his best friend. And so I guess that relationship is over. I don't know. Would you feel slighted if your best friend ran off and got married and had people at the wedding? Just you weren't there. I understand it was close family and friends, but if that's your best friend of so many years and your childhood buddy and stuff, then I would think that, I would be part of the loop. Maybe that relationship is over. I don't know. You guys, by the way, I wouldn't make much of what you're hearing and reading regarding Eddie Murphy and Mariah Carey. And then hooking up in Miami, whispering and disappearing into the hotel. They said they slipped out the back door of a party that, Eddie was at, because Eddie called Mariah out of her own dinner party. She was doing the swanky dinner party and called her up and demanded practically that she come, get over here, we're at Preve. So Mariah, redid her makeup and stuff, and she got over to the club like 2:30 in the morning. Eddie had been standing at the top of the stairs, according to the newspaper, for about 20 minutes with his arms folded, saying, where the hell is she? Like, waiting for her. And so when she showed up, yada, yada, they ended up, slipping out the back door of this club Preve, and they went back to a particular hotel, and they sat in the car for like 20 minutes waiting for the street to be clear of, gossips and passerbys and stuff, and then they slipped into the hotel. I wouldn't read anything into this. Last week it was Robin Givens. This week it's Mariah Carey. You're trying, Eddie. You're trying. But we're on to you. On to you doing. Wendy, the Biggie tribute was nice, but the crowd wasn't into it. Younger generation may really not remember Biggie, and that's from a guy named Bobby. I liked Kanye West last night, too, although I thought his freestyle was extremely weak. But, not Kanye, Common. I liked him last night. I like him anyway. He's like John Legend. When Common's in the room, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Let's see. Vernell Glover says, Wendy, no, Fat Joe was introducing the winner of Best Hip Hop Video, and then he said, I feel safe tonight. Yeah, I saw that part. But, oh, damn. Can we not talk about the VMAs tomorrow? Okay, good. Can we move on? All right, great. I love you guys for listening today, okay? Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll all get together again tomorrow, God willing. You take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Peace party, people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
Okay, so technically speaking, the day is not done. And if you still want to talk about the MTV Diddy Awards, then you can give me a call on the phone, 866-GET-WENDY. If you want to talk about a little problem in your life, we can do advice. We can talk about other things. as well. I mean, like that son who killed his father out on Long Island and whatnot. I have a story about Tyson Beckford suing Puffy, actually, for breach of contract. And we'll talk about that, as well as, the smattering of other things. I'd really just like to get this stuff off of my desk. Donald Trump and whatnot. Let's see. Talk about the movies over the weekend. Talk about Oprah. Okay, you get the deal. The bonus hour is next of the Wendy Williams Experience right here on your station, 107.5 WBLS.
What's up? This is Tanya Pinkins, Lydia Fry from All My Children. How you doing?
Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby. Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS.
Hey, everybody. What's happening? Welcome to the bonus hour of the show. My headphones sound like muddy. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Good day, New York. I had fun this morning. It's been a long day. I'm doing it, though, doggone it. It's like being asked to be on your favorite show. That's how I wake up in the morning. To be asked to be on it is like, ugh. That's why I didn't go to the MTV Video Music party that Puffy had, which just as well. All the drama and mayhem that unfolded there this weekend, you know. They said that Dwayne Wade's brother got smacked in the face with a bottle, and everybody knows about Suge being shot. No word on how or what or why or who or anything like that, but just the idea of knowing it, you know what I mean? Imagine being in a club tossing it up at, what you feel is an invitation for a sophisticated party. Kanye West. He's a nice man. You know what I mean? Non-violence, give gay people a break. Yeah, that's Kanye. And then something goes down. I'll be back on Good Day New York tomorrow morning, though. I had a lot of fun with that. I think I'm going to go home after work, though, and wet my hair and re-zhuzh it. Today I had Girl Next Door bangs with the long. I mean, I like it, but I'm going to give you a different look tomorrow. And when Chris, God bless him, we were standing up doing that football segment, and he had the camera pan down at my feet. And I was like, in my mind, that button went off in my mind. Like, oh my gosh, can you see my eczema? But it's been fading. It's been fading quickly. It is what it is. I mean, what the hell? It's like when we were outside jumping up and down. I don't understand. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to jump up and down. Thank goodness I bought my, my roll up in my bag ballerina flats. Ladies, do you own any of those? Oh, they're the best. They're not real flats because I don't wear flat flats like that. But these that I have on, they're 11 double wides. And they roll up to nothing. They roll up to the size of, nothing. And I just put them in my bag. And so they said, did you bring sneakers with you or anything, or do you want to jump with, nothing on your feet? I said, no, I happen to have my voilas. So I pulled them out. We ran outside and I got on the trampoline and I'm jumping. And I'm like, wow, it's a good thing I got on a great support bra and all like that. And a flouncy skirt that, adds to the effect of jumping. And my twirling panties underneath just in case I fell. Good day, New York. Hello.
Hey, Wendy.
Hey.
How you doing, girl?
Good.
That's good, Wendy. This is Trevay, calling from Methodist Hospital.
Okay.
Haven't called you in a while, but all is well. I just called to tell you, girl, you look good on TV today.
Oh, thank you, Trevay.
I was checking you out, and you were so cute on that trampoline. I said, it's not my girl, Bane, or what? Checking out the camera.
I'll be back tomorrow, too.
Huh?
I'll be back tomorrow, too, and Wednesday.
Really, I enjoyed you. I just want to let you know that.
Well, thank you very much, Trevay.
Wendy, wasn't Eddie Murphy cited, wasn't there something recently about him and Johnny Gill?
Yes.
Yeah, so what is this with Mariah Carey? He know he is in,
Well.
Maybe he was trying to cover up last night.
Well. Thanks, Trevette.
Right.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. Hello?
Hello, Wendy. It's Mr. X.
Hi, Mr. X. Go ahead.
Hey, Wendy, I enjoyed you this morning on the Fox News.
Thank you.
Especially when you were jumping up and down saying how you doing in regards to that trainer.
Thank you.
About the VMAs, it was mediocre, just like about everything Puffy does.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice all the red Bow Wow was wearing?
Yeah.
Anything more to that?
I got to tell you something. I noticed it just because you brought it up. But I don't think about the gang colors and everything. You know that the pink is a derivative of the red?
Yeah, like Cam, I know that.
Yeah, like the whole Crippen thing?
Yeah.
Or the Bloods thing, rather?
And like Eva Longoria, she's hot and young, but that's the reason why she'll never get an Emmy nomination.
Yeah.
And Wendy, don't sleep on Kelly Clarkson. She's actually broken the American Idol thing. You know, she's up to 2 million souls.
Oh, I know she's beyond American Idol.
And the How You Doing moment of the show was John Legend and Alicia Keys walking hand in hand to introduce Kanye.
Hey, Alicia Keys looks like she's packing on the pounds, right? I saw some rolls right underneath her bra strap. There were 3 of them. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Have Alicia and Nicole gotten Kanye this week, or have they tried to lure him this week?
They're talking with his people as we speak.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Because, the first interview you did with Kanye, that was one of the few times where he was actually humble. Remember, he took out his teeth. Remember you asked him to take out his teeth?
Yes.
That was actually a good interview.
Well, that was before he blew up with all the multi-platinum. He had a bit of an arrogant swagger back then, remember?
Right.
So we'll see how he is now. I mean, at the end of the day, I like Kanye West.
And when Vivica comes back, please ask her about Michael Jordan, Wendy.
Okay. I will, Mr. X. Thank you.
Well, what's up with VH1? I mean, are we ever going to see Biz Markie and Faith and Charlie Murphy?
I mean,
That's like a year now.
Hey, listen. Go figure.
And R. Kelly's so tight. You didn't miss anything. He did the same lip sync thing at the Soul Train Awards last year.
Well, the thing is that I don't mind lip syncing because,
No, but it was obvious. I mean...
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't trying to play it off. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because he was doing all 3 characters or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Right, so...
Wow.
It was weak. Just like his music has been since the trial stuff.
All right. All right, X. Thanks.
All right. Well, bye, Wendy.
Take care. Bye-bye. We're going to take more calls. Hello. Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. How you doing?
Hi.
What's going on
Well,
with all the bashing of Diddy?
By the people?
Yeah.
People have been expressing, people more were turned off by his performance than turned on. There was smattering. Why, you loved it?
You know what? I was indifferent, but I still love him.
The thing is that it's entertainment, and I guess at the end of the day, if we were entertained, then that's all that mattered.
No, you're right on that.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I gave him a 5.
I'm right there in the middle on him, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not truly disappointed, but not overwhelmed.
Right. There you go. There you go.
There you have it.
Yeah, thanks for weighing in.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye. Let's take another call. Hello?
Is this Wendy?
Yes.
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Good. I just had a couple comments. First of all, Lil' Kim on the VMAs yesterday, looks like her lips grew into her face. But nose job, chin implants. Did you see that?
Well, the thing is that I thought that Lil' Kim looked better than we've seen her look in a while. I thought she
looked great. Her lips weren't looking like they were 3 times bigger than her face, but her cheeks were all done up, and her chin looked a little sculpted. And
yeah, I mean, she's gotten a lot of work done.
And her nose was tiny. My little guy was trying to diss her, talking about she should get a little, a little ghetto fab suite at the jail instead of a shabby chic like Martha Stewart.
I liked her retort though, where she's been through enough.
Yeah, she was like, "Shut up, don't go there."
And I liked her dress, and I liked the color of the dress, and I liked her hair.
It went good with her hair.
I liked her hair marcations. Yeah.
Her nose was literally bad.
Yeah.
Like, that it's not her nose, and her chin was all perfect and all that.
Yeah.
And that was ridiculous. And another thing, even though Clef and Paz was on your show the other day talking about no single, I was listening through the radio morning station this morning, and over at Shot 97, they were still talking about how they're going to have a single out in a week or two, and I was like, okay, because that is not true, because they both said they ain't.
Wow.
So, they ain't up on it like you are, but I just thought...
The Fugees. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know about that. They said if anything, Clef was going to come out with a single on his own, but he didn't verify any of that either.
Nope, he didn't.
Nope. So I was just like, all right, well, y'all need to get up on your ish because that ain't happening.
Yeah, we heard it here.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Oh, and I want to send a shout out to my sister Carol because I know she is listening right now.
Hey, Carol.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I was telling everybody earlier that Mr. T has agreed to do his role as Clubber Lang in Rocky. What is it, like 10? Yeah, 800 easily. All right. Well, good for you, Mr. T. I saw Mr. T in the pulpit on cable. Have you ever seen him work it? Oh, he's screaming at you just like Clubber Lang. He's screaming at you just like he does on the A-Team. I mean, he's screaming fire and brimstone.
Pitiful.
Yeah, exactly. So Will and Jada's 7-year-old son, Jaden, has been cast as a character in Columbia Pictures' The Pursuit of Happiness. Well, Will actually plays his father in this. So, I mean, in a case like that, like, he can still go on and be captain of industry. They have all the time and all the ins and outs and the know-how to be right there and to be the supreme stage parents. First of all, the kid is getting his acting job with his father. But even if it was apart from his father, Jade would be on it, driving him back and forth to the set and so on and so forth. You feel me now? Boom, boom, boom. She's a gold digger. Oh, I love that song. This is a real shame what happened in Brooklyn. The 18-month-old boy that died after the mother's boyfriend beat him down. The little boy's name was Jaheim Clark. You've seen it on the news. You heard about it. He died Saturday morning. He was allegedly hit in the face and then thrown into the dresser by the boyfriend, Jason Simon, 23. The boyfriend told the cops that he punished the kid for misbehaving. But the great-grandmother, who happens to be 60, said, he's going for murder. This is murder. This is not his child. He shouldn't have put his hands on him. Well, initially the boyfriend told the cops that the 18-month-old was wrestling with the 3-year-old. That's how stupid some men can be. You know what I mean? And the city medical examiners found out that that wasn't the case, arrested him, and he was charged for murder last night. Good. The baby's mother is 21 years old. Her name is Nia Williams. And she brought the boy over to the baby over to her boyfriend's house on Tuesday to celebrate her other son's birthday, the 3-year-old. And she says that she left the kids there during the week at her boyfriend's house, who's the father of neither. And when she returned on Friday, she noticed the bruises on the little boy's face. And the boyfriend denied anything happened. And the boy hemorrhaged through the night, the little baby. And the little 3-year-old came after checking on the baby and came back to his mother, according to today's newspaper, says, Mommy, the baby's dead. They took him to Kings County Hospital. The boyfriend was standing there shaking and crying. I knew something was wrong when he showed up crying. Men don't cry for nothing. Well, sure they do. But in this case, this wasn't a man. And I'm sorry to hear about this. Shout out to the mother. Makes you want to re-examine who you keep your kids with, though, right? What does a 23-year-old man who's not even the father of the kid know about taking care of an 18-month-old for a full week? Baby was left there at his house. And then the 3-year-old, ooh, that's a handful. I'm sorry to hear about that story. That was very sad over the weekend. As sad as the Long Island doctor who was killed at the hands of his own son. Brutally murdered. Killed execution style. Bashed him in the head with a bat, slit his throat while he slept. The son was 26, or is 26. He's charged. The father's 67. It's a crazy world out there. That's why I like to tell light, fun stories here on the show. You know, anything but examining the craziness. I mean, of course, we're all painfully aware of, you know, what all is going on around us in politics on the block. You know, I just look at this as a little oasis, this show. Calgon. Sometimes people get mad at me about that. Oh, you got the microphone, you got a forum. But you know what I always say? What do I always say? If you really cared about a lot of what was going on, if you really wanted to hear about it through radio, you know, read about it in the newspaper and see it on the news just constantly, then my sister station, WLIB, would still be all chat about the way it was, you know. You'd be listening to Gary Bird over there, you know, putting it down. Political style. Wendy, my 4 favorite performances. Shakira, she can really work it. Shakira. Mariah Carey. MC Hammer. And I like Rihanna in the pre-show. I didn't see that. What I didn't like was R. Kelly. Kanye West's attitude. Kelly Clarkson, sick of her. And Puffy, way too much of him. That's from Michael, loyal fan. Thank you, Michael. And damn you, Michael, at the same time. I see your PS. Dear Wendy, my situation is my mother-in-law lives with us. Oh, boy. She complains all the time about stupid stuff. When I mention things to my wife about what she does, my wife gets angry and starts yelling at me, saying that I'm starting things. Wendy, at this point, without going into too many details, I've had about enough of this crap between my wife and my mother. More of the mother-in-law than her. More of the mother-in-law than my wife. My mother-in-law is obsessed, something or another. I don't quite get what you're saying. Anyway, but he goes on to say, I'm unhappy. We have only been married for a short time, and I've never lived as a honeymoon couple because she moved in with us right away. Yes, we have children. I think about leaving. I'm thinking about divorcing. My question is, do you think I should leave, especially since my wife refuses to put her mother-in-law in her place and fight for our family? Sign, name withheld, but I'm listening. P.S. I blame my wife more than I do my mother-in-law. I just wish she would leave. Well, you have your blame in the right place, wouldn't you say? It's your wife's fault for not putting his mom in check. And it's your fault for, as the leader of your house, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I look at it like, even though last week we had the survey and it showed that of the people who visited the WendyWilliamsExperience.com, by the way, you said that the server is fixed in the web. What was the question again? Wait, hold on. All right, I'll get to that in a second. I do have the new question on it. Anyway, it said that women, oh gosh, 80% of women who went to the website make more money than their spouse or live-in lover, like that. 80%. But there's something about a man that, even with that said, lead your household. You might not make all the money, but damn it, swagger like you do. Don't boss me, but swagger like you do. It's more than one reason that women need men, and that men need women. I don't know. The lines get blurred though these days. As a hip shaking sister, I can attest to that. However, I will say, when you married your wife, why, Walter Mitty? Oh, why? Do you sit wells, and let your mother-in-law move into the house? What is that about? I mean, is she sick? Does she have to live there? Can she live in a home down the street or up the street? Please, you let this happen. And before you even consider divorcing, why don't you pull your wife aside and tell her exactly what you told me in this letter? Because that would be enough for some women to finally take you seriously. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people, men or women, whatever, they don't get it until you hit the wall. Like, you know what? I've had it. What are you doing, baby? I'm packing my bags. I'm out of here. I've had it with your mother-in-law. I've had it with your mother. And I've had it with you letting her run this situation. And I've had it with when I want to say something, you know, I'm throwing my stuff in my bag while I'm talking to you. I'm throwing it in my bag furiously on the bed. You know, dramatic effect, fan out. You know? And I've had it with you allowing this to happen. I don't expect to talk to your mother in a certain way, but I expect you to straighten this out and let her understand this is our house. And as the man of the house, I'm supposed to be leading the house, and you are supposed to be my co-leader. It is not about her. She's in our space. We have not lived alone. We have children. We've never honeymooned. We you know, kick her the hell out and threaten a divorce. And see, if your wife is really about you, her mother will be out. Sounds to me that she doesn't really know what I don't know, I guess the first rule of marriage is about, which doesn't mean you throw your old family on the ground. Like, I love my family to death. You guys know I do. But my family, my little family, they come first. My little family that I've made, husband and, you know, kid, they come first. Forsaking all others until death do us part or the wheels fall off. You know? Marriage is like that. I mean, you know, is it really forever, or do you just ride it till the wheels fall off? Whatever. If you're in it, then be in it. I mean, people, yeah, you don't have to clap because people make different rules. You know what I mean? People make different rules. I couldn't have my mother and father living with us. Not singularly or together. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not dividing my house. You know. Or my mother-in-law. No way. I mean, you know, there's a nice apartment complex right down the street. I checked the area before we moved there. There's a few, you know, elderly facilities that don't make you feel old as dirt. They play bingo and pinochle, and, you know, you're right down the street. I'll see you at the food town. We'll be shopping at the same place. You know, I'll ride past on my way to work on Mondays and Thursdays and, you know, have you over, you know, a Sunday a month for dinner like that. But you're not living here. Absolutely not. That's your fault, dude, for letting your wife run all over you. Bells. It's Tabloid Tuesday tomorrow on Good Day New York, too. So they're going to have the tabloids all spread out. Me and Chris Galis are going to be just looking through them and, you know, just looking. And you know what? I think I'm going to bring in my... Damn, I don't want to bring it down because I'll never bring it back to the office. Did you see my Katie Holmes herpes picture? I put it on the wall of shame in the office. And my I have the John Travolta picture where he's got on the netting wig. And you can see the netting. The camera zoomed in real close. Oh, boy. The question from Friday is, would you return the engagement ring? 60% of you said no. 40% of you said yes, ladies. Now, the new question is... Okay, can we get off the relationship questions after tomorrow? I'm sorry, I know you just put this on here. I think was I asleep in the office or something like that? I got here so early today, I didn't go back to Jersey. I'm still in my good day clothes. I was going to go to H&M and stuff, but then I found out, you know, the shopping discount starts tomorrow. You know, the tax-free shopping in New York. I'm too tired, though. Once I get off from there, I get up like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I like to come back to the office in the pink room, close the door, and fall asleep with my mouth open on the couch. And with the alarm clock set to 1:55. Would you ask a man to marry you? Would you ask a man to marry you? You can answer yes or no at thewendywilliamsexperience.com. Usher's looking for a Manhattan property. Ladies, he's trying to move to New York. He said he's looking in the $4 million range. Usher looked upset last night that Omarion was up there. Hey, listen, Tyson Beckford is suing Puffy for breach of contract and copyright infringement. Well, Tyson was the face of Sean John, and he's looking for $5 million in damages, saying that once his contract ran out, Puffy failed to renew and continued to use his image and likeness without Tyson's permission. That sounds like a blatant $5 million payday for Tyson, unless there was fine print. But Tyson's been in this for so long that he knows his image and the fine print and all like that. Well, this is what Tyson's attorney is saying. What we have here is a blatant case of wrongdoing on behalf of Mr. Combs and Sean John. They willfully continued to use Mr. Beckford's image without permission because he became known as the face of Sean John. According to Tyson's attorney, Mr. Montgomery, several attempts have been made by Tyson in order to settle this matter. And Mr. Montgomery goes on to say, my client reached out to Mr. Combs several times before coming to my firm. His manager, Beth Ann Hardison, who's Kadeem Hardison's mom. She's also a big fan of the show, you know? Beth Ann Hardison. She's a big fan of the show. Tyson's manager, Beth Ann Hardison, also contacted Puffy to seek resolution, and they heard nothing. So there's a trial date for February 6th, right here in New York. I would love to know how this turns out. Wow, Puffy, is it really that blatant? Is it really going down like that? Wendy, you know what? I don't understand young people nowadays. Mariah Carey's a real singer. Just because she can't dance doesn't mean that she doesn't have talent. But when some young chick gets on stage shaking her behind half naked, that girl has talent. Let me tell you, real singers with real voices don't have to dance. Yeah, I don't care whether Mariah dances or not. I just wish that she would break her statue pose. Like literally during the whole, not We Belong Together, the first one that she sang. Which one did she sing? Huh? No, she sang We Belong Together first. I'm sorry. And then she sang she did Shake It Off. Whatever it was, she stood in one pose and she sang. And yes, she fluttered and everything like that. I just wish, forget the dancing. If she just lifted one foot off the ground to reposition. That was a beautiful dress she had on. Really sexy. I liked it. In a cheesy showgirl kind of way. But that's the kind of chick I am. I liked it. I agree with you. Real singers don't have to, she puts on her beautiful dress and she's got all the scandalosity that we talk about in her personal life. I just like to hear her, and then when she reaches up to her ear and she holds that ear, you're like, here it comes. And even on her worst day, she sounds better than most of these girls out here. Who sounds better than Mariah Carey? It used to be a tie with her and Whitney Houston. Not anymore. Even though on Whitney's worst day, she sounds better than most of the singers out here, too. You're fired. That's not how The Apprentice is going down over in China. You know the ending phrase? They're all upset about that phrase over there. They feel as though it really incites something terrible in the heads of the workers. So they don't use that. You're fired. It's very sensitive to the Chinese. So instead, because Donald Trump's show is going over there now, and it's going to be head-to-head with this other apprentice-type show over there called Wise Man Takes All, which is put together by a Hong Kong property tycoon named Vincent Lo. Incidentally, as a sidebar, Vincent Lo and Donald Trump Donald Trump launched a $1.7 billion U.S. dollar legal action suit against Vincent Lo. Apparently some sort of real estate venture that went sour. So, these two don't like each other to begin with. They have sour business going on here, but they're going toe-to-toe over there. So Vincent Lo's show is like The Apprentice. And now Donald's show has been added, same time slot, different channel. But no, you're fired. Are you ready for this? You will have a better opportunity somewhere else. Damn, no backbone. Take it. You're fired. Take it. The hell, that's what you are. Why soften it up? It is what it is. You're fired. 40-Year-Old Virgin, number 1 at the box office again, another $16 million. Brothers Grimm, number 2. Red Eye, number 3. Four Brothers, number 4, still holding in the top 5. Wedding Crashers, number 5. The Cave, that just opened with our friend Morris Chestnut, just opened on Friday. It's number 6 at the box office. It made $6.2 million. Skeleton Key, it's number 8. Dukes of Hazzard's almost out of the top 10. It's number 10. Over the weekend. All right, so this is what we're going to do, everybody. We'll take a break, come back. We'll chat about Oprah. And I mean, we can review the Suge Knight shooting case since I haven't reviewed the. I mean, you know, it's all written up all nice and pretty. So I think I'm going to just give it to you just the way it's written. I don't think you're going to hear anything more about this case. I don't believe there's anybody that they're going to catch. And I hope that this is not the situation that's going to turn, you know, the rap world upside down once again, you know. But if you know Suge, like we all know Suge, you know, he's wringing his palms right now. He's got his big map of the United States out and the push pins on key cities of how it's going down. Because that's just the kind of guy he is. Keep it here, everybody. The Wendy Williams Experience bonus hour continues next on 107.5 WBLS.
What's up? This is New Edition.
New Edition.
That's right. You're listening to the bonus hour right here on 107.5 WBLS. That's right, baby.
All right. Shout out to Lugo's, the place for the best hair. Beverly Lugo and her family holding it down. Sewing it on the weft. Thin, thick, or in between. What colors do you want it mixed? I love Lugo's. Lugo's hair. So this woman won $3 million on the penny slots in Nevada. Is that killing you or what? I didn't even know they had penny slots. I always thought it was quarter. And then after quarter, 50 cents. Penny slots. And dollars. But no, there's a penny. 1 penny. 1 penny. Now listen to this. This just in. A lucky gambler won $3 million playing a penny slot machine in Nevada in the casino, scoring a world record in the process on the one-armed bandit. That was last Friday. I can't pronounce her name, but she received $2.9 million. 2.9.
You didn't mean that to happen.
After popping penny coins into the Twilight Zone video slots in the casino in Nevada, which she visited 3 times a week. Oh, she was on a mission. And here's what she says. I had a good feeling after seeing a woman had won a combination, but didn't max out the coin bet. So she knew there was more money in there. Jeez. They didn't say how much money she spent to win this, but she's 61 years old. What is she going to do with that money? Shout out to the old crows. Look at me writing you off. Like after 61, you don't need anything except for the remote and a cold glass of water and your pills. Could I have a glass of water with it too, baby? I was talking to somebody earlier. She's 27. Her mother's 63. She's trying to figure out what to do with her. I'm like, 63 is not old. You know, as you get older, you realize 63 is not old. Hell. I'm only playing old crows. I know 60, 61, you still having sex. Dropping it like it's hot. Go ahead. Go ahead. Michael Jackson's birthday came and went. Nobody cared. He turned 47 yesterday. Or today, rather. Today. Today's the 29th? Okay. He's 47. On Friday, I was telling you about the jeans, and I never got back to it. So Escada, apparently, is making these jeans. $2,550. What makes them so pricey? Real turquoise stones, silver thread, sequins, and Swarovski crystals. They say serious style. Only 7 pairs exist. And it took 15 men in India approximately 500 hours to reproduce each pair. It doesn't even look like they'd cup your feminine V. Look how long the crotch is. You can't see them, but you can pick up the last week's issue of Us magazine. You know, sometimes girls, have like that feminine V. Sometimes it hangs like a trucker when you really just want everything to, the pants to come up your legs nicely and just feminize your area. Mm-hmm. For $2,500, cup me like I was born with you on me. Not the yeasty feeling either. One tug too many and you get that. Ew. Jordache has the nerve to be making $2,500 jeans also. Are you ready? Why they're so pricey? Each pair is customized for the buyer. The buyer picks the fabric, the buyer picks the style and the cut. 4 people can spend 8 hours on one pair, sanding, spot tinting, and creating special effects. And this doesn't even come with any, no stones. And that cheesy ass horse on the 5th pocket in the front, that Jordache horse. I'm about to pass these over to you, Art, just so that you can see what I'm talking about. Then Roberto Cavalli is making these jeans available at Saks. $2,100. Why so pricey, you say? The denim is hand embroidered with silver thread and elaborate beading. And then their front creases. That's the turn-off part, the front creases. If you're knock-kneed like me, the front creases are all akimbo, like construction on a highway. Because I got the knock knees, you know what I mean? So when you get the creases sewn into the pants, like if you have a nice straight leg and everything like that, then fine, great. I guess the creases look great. But for me, my knees are all akimbo. I walk, my knees say, hit me, hit you back. Hit me, hit you back. Hit me, hit you back. Like that. Dr. Memeniscus vacuumed them out years ago. But I still have the hit me, hit you back. I mean, it's the shape of the bone as well. I mean, it helped that he took some of the fat off of them, but they still do the hit me, hit you back. Hit me, hit you back. The embellishments are designed to fit in with other items in the designer's collection. So Roberto Cavalli sucks you in with a $2,100 pair of jeans and is saying that you can't go to Kohl's for a plain T-shirt to wear with it. No, you got to buy some more of my stuff. Look, Art, are you remotely impressed? Do you like them?
I like the one on the right, but for that kind of money.
Which one is that, Roberto Cavalli?
I like this one.
That's the one with the hit me, hit you back stitch down the front. You see?
Yeah.
Girls got to have perfect legs for that. The 3 gaps. That's what they call a perfect leg. Is that what you call a perfect leg? It's not necessarily what I call a perfect leg. I read that like as far back as college, I remember. As my mind was being shaped and warped about, like girls today are vomiting in the toilet to try to look like Hillary Duff, who looked, emaciated last night. You know what I mean? But it starts someplace. I remember, back when I was growing up, I forgot where I heard it, but it's like the perfect leg has 3 gaps. And fat little Wendy, I'm standing in my room looking and saying, oh my gosh, I've got none. Thighs rubbing, starting fires, knees hit me, hit you back. The only gap is between my calves and my ankles.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing perfect going on there. That's where I started plotting on plastic surgery. I said, all I got to do is get out of Ocean Township, make me some money, move away from here, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Boy, my life is going to be different. I'm plotting way back then. So stand up with me. This is what you do. You stand up and you put your ankles together, right? You're supposed to be a gap right here, Shaylin, right under your feminine V. You're supposed to be able to at least throw a ping pong ball or something right through this, right? Yeah. Then your thighs are supposed to come together right here underneath that first gap. And then the second gap is supposed to be between the middle of your thighs and down by your knees. You see? Your knees are not supposed to be hitting me, hit you back. You see my knees? They're fighting each other trying to stay together. Do you see? Do you see them? Do you see? Yeah. Do you see they're fighting together? Do you see? Do you see them fighting each other? Mm-hmm. And then the third gap is supposed to be right down here at your thighs. I mean, between your ankles and your calves. Yeah, you have one big gap from your knees all the way down to your ankles.
Yeah. You can't.
Renee, you have the same gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your knees to your ankles. So nobody has perfect legs. Oh, look at Artie. He's got 3. Wouldn't you know? It's the man with 3 gaps. You know what? It's not really good if you do it with your clothes on. Go in the mirror tonight. 50% of the women are going to be standing there like, do I have 3 gaps? I remember when I lost that last 15 pounds on LA weight loss. I was like, oh, I have 2 now. The one up here and then the one way down there. The knees will never be, like that. Ridiculous. High price of jeans. Shout out to the family of Justin Gus Ash in Montclair, New Jersey. Justin passed away tragically in a car accident on Saturday morning, and so his whole family is mourning, and I'm sorry to hear about your loss, fam. Do I really have to go, or can I talk about the fitting of the Lance Armstrong bracelets? All right, in 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 6 people pled guilty to charges in connection with selling fake Livestrong wristbands from Lance Armstrong. They sold almost They sold over $100,000 of these bracelets, lying to people, saying that these are the real deal. In March, investigators started the investigation. They bought 1,000 of these counterfeit things, then really laid low and watched these people. Then they raided a house in Queens and found another 81,000 of these Livestrong bracelets. So Lee Ping Lang Chen, 47, was sentenced to pay the foundation $101,000. Su Quinn Wen, 44, and Ding Chi Yi, 42, pled third-degree guilt to trademark and counterfeit, and they were sentenced to pay $5,000. And Wei Hu Chen, 50, the husband of Li Ping Pang, let me go home. I feel like ordering some Chinese food tonight. Some hawk. Anyway, sentenced to 7 days of community service. Alrighty, everybody. It is time for me to, come on, Vamanos. Come on, kids. Everybody, let's go. Miss Wendy knows. Come on, let's get to it. Sing the rest.
I know that you can do it.
There you go. There you go. All right, you all. I'll talk to you bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. The reason I wasn't on until 7:30 today is because my brand of humor, I guess, was not really mixing with the disaster of the hurricane and whatnot. And I totally understood that. I will be on Good Day, New York, tomorrow morning with Chris and Penny and the crew. And I'll talk to you bright and early. I'm going to go home and wet my hair and push it back and make it real big for you tomorrow. I'm going to give you a different look. Okay, gotta go. Talk to you later. And Vaughn's up next with Quiet Storm. Love you for listening. Bye!
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next. Today's R&B and classic soul, A Quiet Storm. 107.5 WBLS, New York.
107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul. This is Vaughn Harper, and I'm prepared to massage you for the next couple of hours. Musically speaking, of course. How does that sound? I've got all your favorites. Just like the Isley Brothers, Between the Sheets. Oh, you know I'm into it right now. This is 107.